What is going on, everybody? Another episode of Chatting with the Comic Community. I'm your boy Sean, aka Stay Puff 1983. I'm joined by Big Remo. What is going on, brother?
What's happening, man? Thanks for having me on.
No problem. And he has arrived, Big Will Comics.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yes, everything that he usually shows is for sale. How's it going, Will?
I'm doing all right, but I got over it.
Right?
Doing all right, but he got over it. Oh man. So, yeah, last week was an interesting show. You know, I had Run the Comics on there, and he was pretty awesome. I will say right at the start, and I'll probably say it again later on, I won't have a show next week. No, there will be no show next week, but the following week I will have Magic Lasso on the show.
Nice.
And then another guest will join us is Bronze Age Brian. He's a Florida representative. He's in the Tampa area, so both of them will join us at the end of the month on Saturday. So, Big Will, you have anything new news-wise that you want to discuss?
News-wise, yeah. I still got mystery boxes I need to sell. I only had 8 of them, and I still have, I think, 3 left. I need to get these things sold. They're only $40 shipped, and you get 40 books guaranteed, and half of the 8 had a prize book. So, yeah, I'd like to sell those. As far as actual news, if you make under $70,000 a year, you're going to have a nice little stimulus. That happened in the news. I wonder how that's going to affect the auctions tonight, tomorrow night, and like the rest of this week, because it's supposed to start hitting the direct deposits this weekend. I haven't got mine yet, but they're supposed to hit this weekend. I'm curious how the auction on YouTube scene, how that's going to affect it.
I didn't get the last one, so I'll see how it goes this go around. But I'm sure we'll find out from you, because I'm sure you'll have a bunch of books that'll start saying sold in the description.
Yeah,
it'll be a good thing though.
Well, yeah, I'll probably get mine sometime next week or something like that. But I'm hoping to actually do a meetup in Tampa with the crew. If Steve is off on a Saturday, I gotta ask him. I was kind of hoping he'd be on today, but I'll message him later on that.
He said he was. When I talked to him last night, he said he was going to jump on. I don't know if he worked this morning or not, though.
Yeah, he's usually on call, so if he got a call, then he probably couldn't make it.
Right.
But yeah, I'm hoping next month to go down there and meet up with the guys. You know, and do some comic.
You want to save yours for that?
Yeah.
Is there something in particular you've been kind of holding out for, or?
Well, I want to finish some Jungle Action run by Black Panther.
How many you missing?
I only got like maybe 12 issues of the run. I don't have it on my phone yet. In terms of
17 or something like that, or 22.
It's not a long run.
Yeah.
Then it switches to regular Black Panther, right?
So
after issue 4, it switches to Black Panther.
Yeah. So you might be able to knock it all out as long as you'll have the money, as long as they have the books. You could knock the whole thing out.
Yeah, because I got the major key in terms of Killmonger's first appearance.
Yeah. That's most expensive.
So the rest I should be able to get them. So, and I found some when I went last time in Tampa. I found a spot that had a couple of Jungle Actions. But yeah, I'm hoping to do that next month, because I enjoy getting together with the guys and just going hunting together, because it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Well,
I should be getting a stimulus, and I also have a refund on my taxes. I did my taxes So once those become real money instead of imaginary, I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do with them. I know there's a convention coming up in April that I'll be going to. So I got to figure out what I want to do. There's also stuff I want to get graded. I'll have to figure all that out.
And also, speaking of April, there's also a show that Boatwright is probably going to go to where wrestlers. He met the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
I saw it.
He came on the show and just talked about it. And he said there's going to be another one in early April. I think the first weekend of April. So I'm thinking of going to that one. Maybe meet up with Boatwright and meet the Mouth of the South.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Is Dusty Rhodes still living, or is he passed away?
Passed away a couple years ago.
Okay.
That's a dream meet right there, man.
Yeah, that's the only dude I probably would have wanted to meet right there. Eat some barbecue with him.
Yes.
That'd have been nice.
Maybe y'all wine and dine on pork and beans, man. That'd be awesome.
Right?
So the only thing I got this week, I got this in the mail. Got the Avengers She-Hulk issue.
Okay.
Jim Bartel. Got that. I have another. I think this is a second print of Niobe She is Death. They sent this for free. And make myself bigger. And me using the 20% off discount, I was able to get these beautiful hardcovers of the Untamed volumes 1 and 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is that from Stranger Comics?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and if you remember last month, he did an awesome sell job on.
I seen him selling some of those the other day.
Yeah, on the IG Live.
IG Live, man, he be hustling, boy.
Yeah, I actually won the giveaway on the show.
On Thursday.
When you put in your he actually put in the number from 1 to 10.
Yeah.
I mean 1 to 100.
Mm-hmm.
I put in 92 or something like that, but I had to get ready for work. And when I got to work, he messaged me like, "Hey, you won." I was like, "Oh, really?" I didn't even think I would have won.
Hey.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of like me. I enter Reggie's giveaway every week, and it's like, okay, one of these times it's got to have my name up there.
Yeah, right. Reggie be giving away some nice books, man.
Yeah. It's the world of summed up.
I was in somebody's chat the other day. I can't remember who it was, and Run the Comics was in there. I think it was might have been Roman Curtis. I think it was Roman Curtis.
Run the Comics was in it?
Yeah, he was Run the Comics was in there.
Awesome, man. He was awesome to have on the show last week.
Yeah, he's a cool brother, man.
So Remo, you want to show some stuff?
See, I didn't get it. I haven't picked my books up yet. I gotta go pick them up when my wife gets home from work. And then but yesterday, like I said, I went to a comic shop to get something else, and they had some. I guess they usually have a bunch of back issues and long boxes and stuff, but due to the COVID thing, I haven't been there since COVID happened. Right after COVID happened, so since they got rid of all of the long boxes and stuff because I guess they felt like it was a liability, and they didn't want to have to keep disinfecting the books, I guess, or whatever. So they took them away and they said they're going to bring them back. But while I was standing in line paying for my other items, there was 2 little boxes. I mean, I grabbed a couple other books, but there was 2 boxes with dollar books right by by your feet. So I went through those and grabbed a couple. But I grabbed Magnificent Miss Marvel #4.
Okay.
I picked up issue #6. I just grabbed these. I'm trying to finish out the run for this one because it ended at 17. So I got most of the issues, but I want to get the fill in the couple in the inside. But in that dollar bin, they had a couple wet works, so I grabbed issue number 2 for $1. I just grabbed it. It was $1. I grabbed it.
In Wetworks, Will's Protasio.
Yeah. One of the first releases on the Image. And then they had a couple of this. I don't know what this book is. They had a couple. They were bagged and boarded, so I grabbed them. They were $1, but I thought this cover was pretty cool. I don't even know what it is. I don't know if it's D City or D80. I don't know, but grab this one.
Duddy?
Yeah, you just grab this. A cool cover. I thought I'd grab it.
Yeah, cool cover.
Yeah, for $1, you know. I'll buy that for $1. They had this Infamous Iron Man. Grabbed it because of the Doom cover. Got 2 of those. And then they had I saw this in there, so I grabbed it, but it says Ultimate Vision number 4.
Oh.
But then on the back side, it's Ultimate Spider-Man 87.
Oh, it's one of those flip books.
Yeah.
So, I hate those books.
Yeah, me too. I didn't know it was that. When I grabbed it, I thought it was just this, and then when I got home, I noticed it was both. So I was like, fuck. Foiled again. So, but what's crazy is I was, that, like I said, they used to have a bunch of. They're one of the stores in the area that deal with volumes, so they have tons of every title. So if you go in there on the wall, they'll have the 1 in 10, the 1 in 50, the 1 in 100, so on and so forth. But their back issue bins are pretty decent, and sometimes you'll find some treasures. Like when I first started collecting, I found Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur at number 1 in there for cover price. So, but I went in there and I found, I was looking for this, and they had about 5 of these in there, the Secret Warriors. And they're all. I grabbed a couple of these. I was like 4 of them. I figured they were $1. Grab them. You know what I mean? In case it turns into something. But I like Trad Moore's art, so it was a win-win for me. And then they had issue number 6. So grab that.
Hello, Gabby. William Smallville, what's going on?
So, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Like I said, I didn't go in there to buy comics. I went in there to buy something else, and then
you walked out with comics.
Walked out with a couple comics.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Anything.
Yeah, I didn't really get much of anything this week, but I got 3 books of Lois Lane, and I only wound up keeping one of them, and it's in my Lois Lane box, my collection. The ones I'm not keeping are this is 64. And I love this tagline. Read that.
Preaching a way on imaginary novel. See what happens when Lois hates Superman, loves Lexo, and becomes the lawless Lois Lane.
I like that tagline. And it also came with 61. And it's condition that's keeping them from my collection. Although they can be low grade for me, it's just these are bit too much. Right. And this one's hilarious. Superman's giving out money that you can redeem. There's a guy that has one super stunt. So Superman's standing on his head in here, and he apparently gave out one too many marriage ones. So Lois is mad because this chick here at the bottom is getting to marry Superman, and she's not.
She said, I'm going to fatten you up with my yummy cooking.
Yeah.
Don't they all?
Yeah,
Superman money.
Yeah, so that's just a few things I got. I'll be throwing these in an El Cheapo or something. Just get rid of them later.
Nice.
I mean, I did actually get a few other things in the mail, but I've made videos and I'll just wait for them to release.
Yeah, I posted everything I bought in the last month or so.
Yeah, I've noticed that you went ham on Instagram posting them comics, man.
Yeah, I I haven't done a haul videos before, so I was like getting my feet wet. So maybe next time I'll just do a haul video. It'll be less time consuming.
Hey, you do that Matt Oldham haul, man.
Right?
You can't. What the last time you was showing all those books, man.
I still got like probably like another stack and a half that I haven't. It's just stuff that's been coming in the mail. I've been kind of like picking up books on my pull list, and then stuff I bought on eBay, and just
don't let that stack and a half turn into a full stack, man.
I know, right? And I mean,
like
my wife, she's like, "What the hell is all this?" And I'm just like, "It's already stuff I paid for. I'm not buying it right now. It was already paid for." She's like, "Yeah, right." Like, you always talking about you're broke. I'm like, I already paid for it a long time ago. These are just pre-orders.
So since neither one of you were on last week, and this was the first week where we had no new episode of WandaVision, what do y'all thought of the last episode of WandaVision?
I laughed sadistically because all those people making all those theories, buying all those books, just had it all shoot down in flames. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I told my wife on the first episode, and I said in a nutshell, all you have to realize is that Wanda is batshit crazy, and most of this is taking place in her head. If you can kind of grasp those two, then all the other stuff, whatever happens, is just kind of like anything goes. You know what I mean? So,
well, Stephen Feige gave an interview where he said, "But if you want to know everything, then yeah, you'll need a Disney Plus account." But that implied, and I think he clarified that the movies is where they make the money.
Mm-hmm.
So the movies are going to be pretty much their own thing, except a few issues here or there that you can do without understanding and still get the movie, which means nothing of extreme importance. That word, extreme importance, will ever happen on a Disney Plus show. All that will happen in the movies.
Yeah.
So you can know that, going forward, now we know for sure, we've seen it. No huge big thing is going to be revealed on the shows. That'll be for the movies.
Mm-hmm.
So we can use the shows to figure out what they're probably going to do in the movies and do it that way. But they're not going to have no big – Mephisto's not popping out on Wanda.
I just looked at it as one huge segue. It was like a huge segue, you know what I mean? From one thing to the next. And it was like speculation is cool, but all that was going to happen, like you said, it was going to take place in the movie. Like if you're gonna get a leak, it's gonna be a leak about the movie. This show is just gonna get you kind of warmed up for what you can look forward to. Other than that,
looped up for the movie.
Yeah.
I just found it funny how week to week there was new books being speculated on because of this show.
Yeah.
So it's like
how much do they think they're going to put in a television series? We had Chthon, Mephisto, Nightmare, Magneto, Professor. All that was supposed to happen on the last thing.
How the hell did you expect to push all that stuff in there, man?
It's just too much.
Yeah.
Brothers, it's nice to see everybody today. I wanted to share something on Stay Puft's channel today. I'm really excited. It's been a very exciting day. I've had kind of a shitty week. I won't be doing my show tonight. Jeff is going to be doing my show tonight.
I'll be doing it
go over
today.
His channel tonight. It's an open mic. If you guys want to go over there, please
hit me up on IG if I don't have your email. So
appreciate it.
If you guys want
to
do
it. What Robert's talking about, Sean. Give him the full stream.
Where'd Sean go?
Oh,
there he is. Sean, this is
Sean,
everybody on your show. All right. So first, I'm going to start off with going to go on the cycle of what came, and I'll go to the best to last. All right. So we got Fantastic Four 62.
Nice.
Blast Star.
This one.
That the color on it's really nice.
Oh, it's
I like the cartoon from like
Yes.
the 60s or whatever, the Blast Star.
fantastic.
I like that
So
episode.
that came in. Of course, multiples of these always come in. Okay.
Nice.
Oh yeah, the fantasy masterpiece.
And this is my second one. I got two of those. Now for my grail, you guys. Sean, just for you, buddy. Finally, I've been paying off on this thing for a year, and I'm still shaking. I went through the whole book. Everything's beautiful. Here we go.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Awesome. Bro.
No shaking.
He's over there.
He's literally.
Hey, when you mentioned that you got your grill in the chat on the Varangian live stream, I was like, I hope Robert G pop on the show, man.
Yeah. Just for you, brother. Absolutely.
That is nice.
Long time coming. So the only issues it's got going for it are, I can't stop shaking.
Small dog.
I had gloves on. I went through this meticulously. The pages are beautiful. It's like they're like probably off-white to cream, possibly. I would say off-white, more of that, because some of the pages are white on the inside, and then some of them are kind of like a cream effect. But in here, you guys, what's really cool is near the end of this, there is like the first appearance, or I shouldn't say first appearance. It's kind of like the introduction to the Seers is in this, and I remember that like no tomorrow. But like really, the only thing going on with this book now, if you can see here,
I love those explosion issues, the Marvel explosion and 1968.
Yeah. The insides of this, like with Galactus in here, are unbelievable. But as you can see,
Nice. Square bound too, huh?
little square bound, nice and square bound. And the only issue is a couple. One right there in the corner. See it?
Dog, yeah.
Little fold there.
Yeah, but I mean that's still a beautiful book, man.
Yeah, and then right in there, there's a little crease, but a little, and then right there, little touch. But nice pressing and grading. See, I'm not going to grade any of this book or this book until I've got it all 18. When all 18 are in my hand, then they're all going to be sent off to press and clean and get pressed all graded at the same time.
Wow, all 18 issues?
All 18 issues, yeah. I'm missing 10 out of this run. But I've been working on it slowly. So the next big one is, of course, Thor.
Oh yeah, the Thor.
The big one out of this run, and we'll be good. I already got the Donny Cates one, so I'm good with that. But I need the original.
Nice.
But yeah, buddy.
Congratulations, man.
It felt good.
Awesome, man. It's awesome when you can knock out and get a grill.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's been a long time coming. I can't wait till Queen G wakes up.
Oh boy.
Yeah, man. That's awesome, Robert, man.
Oh.
Hey, by the way, great show last weekend with Matt Oldham.
It was
like that. I will say that was the first time I actually stayed up the entire episode.
Right?
Normally I crash within an hour.
He was a great guest.
I fell asleep. I had to watch it the next morning, man.
What blew me away, guys, about Matt was his photographic expertise, his other art, his other art form of what he does. That's what was really cool about that. National Geographic. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I joked around with Matt. I go. At least you know, at least you got a business card.
And another thing that really got me off guard, which I loved, I started talking about Vidalia onions. I don't know how that came up in the conversation.
Oh yeah.
He's got a Vidalia onions factory. That's like within
it's a
in
talented
this area
man.
down there. I'm like, I've said this time and time again. There's every onion on the book and the planet. There's only one onion that's the best, and that's the Vidalia onion. And it's only grown down in South. He says there's a whole town dedicated to it. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he was able to get photos of all that. And, we get to learn a lot of new stuff about people in in the community, man. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was awesome.
That
Awesome.
was the first team up of the Roundtable and the Nerdy Collective.
It was great. Hey, sweetheart.
Mhm.
Thanks, guys.
they came back yesterday, Fuchsia and Soldier on the
Yeah, I
impromptu
did.
show.
I watched
Yeah.
it. It was great. Great show.
Well, Fuchsia needs to get his sword so she can go to the Broadsword Comics. She needs to take a picture for Broadsword Comics already.
So Jeff, you got anything to show?
Yeah,
I know you got something.
I got the stuff I got this week that I enjoyed reading this week. The Robin Hood one I really enjoyed.
Nice.
Another take on Robin Hood, pretty much.
Is that Nottingham?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking for that one, man. They were sold out everywhere out here.
Well, thanks to Tim. Tim's always, hey, you might want to pick this up. I go, okay. And lo and behold, it's on the list. I'm like, what the hell, man? Every time he goes, hey, you might want to pick this up. I heard some hot stuff behind it. I'm like, okay. And then this one was really good.
I'm curious about this, bud. Really curious about it. What is that about, actually?
Well, come to find out, it's a South American comic. Before it was this one. Before this guy actually came to the U.S. with the Image.
Because it looks so familiar.
Yeah, because it's South American comic, early South American comic. Like, I forgot.
So what is it? Do you know what it's about? Have you read it yet?
Suicide.
Yeah, I heard that was about
Yeah.
suicide and all that.
But
I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, we don't need to go on that conversation right now.
No, but it's actually another take on it. It's like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? It's actually trying to, like how WandaVision made you
Bring
deal
it to
with
awareness.
it. Yeah, pretty much make you deal with it. But there were two covers.
Yes.
So these two.
Yeah, I like that.
I seen the one in the white.
Yeah, because first thing Tim goes, you're gonna pick the one up with the. But I would recommend you pick up both. Because he knew which cover I would go for, so he goes, you might want to pick up both just in case. Yeah, that and then the new Joker #1.
Wow.
I haven't read it yet. I haven't read it
Who
yet,
did the
so I
art
don't.
on that?
Let's see.
Shame I didn't wear your gloves.
It's a new book. If it was an older book, I would say yeah.
I know. Well,
It's a new book.
With Monty, right?
Yeah, I know. Ooh, that's where the hell is that damn thing at? Actually,
Yeah, show that cover again, close up, bud. Look at
I was trying to see the artist.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, it's on the cover. I think it's right there. I think I can't really read it.
When I see that Joker face, I think of when he had his skin ripped off his face and then put it back on back in the New 52.
Exactly.
But the art in here is really actually decent, so that's a surprise. And then here we go. Found it. I found the damn who did the cover. It's talking about Gordon actually in this one. Gordon and how he's dealing with the Joker and stuff. James Tynion did the writing. Well, the artist's name is freaking
Dusty's in the house. He's been out comic book shopping today. He found some nice books.
Yeah, I saw that on
that was awesome. Dusty, if you missed it. Oh, I should Dusty really quick.
He did see the books that you showed.
Did he?
Yeah. He
Okay,
commented on that.
Cool.
So it doesn't tell me it doesn't tell me this cover artist, but it tells me that who did the art in here though. Yeah, it doesn't tell me the cover artist at all.
Yeah, this is
cover
commenting on.
Pretty cool. I like the cover. They did a really good job on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then the Superman show. Yeah, all
Nice.
the commercials for. See?
Nice. Neil Adams homage signed by Neil Adams. Freaking sweet.
Yep, and then I got an issue 49 of the magazine run coming. I ordered it yesterday. Or I eBayed it yesterday. I bought it on eBay yesterday. You know the significance, right, Buff? 49 of the magazine run.
What?
of the Vampirella 49, issue 49 from the Warren run. You know the importance of it, right?
Is that first appearance or is the artist?
It's the first appearance of one of her major enemies.
Panther?
No, Blood Red Queen. The Panther
yeah.
one. Panther one is issue 50.
Damn,
issue
right
50.
after 49. I was like, that's why I was thinking Panther, because I thought it was around 49.50.
Come to find out, Panther. Yeah, so those two might show if the movie comes. Those two are the major ones that are gonna show up. I honestly think those two are the major ones that show up. So, like, if people are asking for spec for that type of shit, those are the two. I would spec on.
No more spec.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, tell me about it.
But people are gonna spec the shit out of it after this. They announced the movie person and this person, and
you know what? It doesn't really matter in the end unless it's something you already have and something you've already known about. Really, honestly, we have to realize something. You know, the whole spec game and everything that's been going on, even with WandaVision. Yeah, it would have been cool to see all those characters. I mean, I even thought possibly it could be Mephisto, possibly the villain. But in the end, when I seen where they were actually taking the books,
the
taking book stories from the story make WandaVision, you know, and it comes down to the big fight scene at the end. I mean, and White Vision, I knew it was coming.
Yeah,
it had to be coming. We're talking about a newer generation of people, of a younger generation of collectors. So, you know, the spec part of it, where everybody's jumping in.
But what made me laugh was that them calling him Dr. Manhattan, calling him. I laughed because it was a new, a person that doesn't collect.
You ever read the story about the White Vision? I mean, it goes all over the place. There's a lot of stuff that goes
I got that run.
Yep, and especially when it goes back to White Vision himself and all of the turmoil and stuff that goes between that character and Vision himself. That whole thing back and forth is all. I mean, it's huge.
Longer than just 5 minutes.
What's that, bud?
It says longer than 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, of course, absolutely.
Well, the one thing though that WandaVision made me want to actually watch Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
And I feel like that movie ain't coming out till next year.
Yeah.
And it would have been perfect if it came out in like the summer of this year, because it'd be like, all right, WandaVision is still fresh in our minds. So we're going in.
But they're purposely doing that next year, so make you guys rewatch it and then go watch it again.
But they couldn't do the filming of the movie because of the pandemic. Because Benedict Cumberbatch was in Europe.
It was stuck in New Zealand, actually. It was stuck in New Zealand. Yeah. Hey.
I just think that when the new Doctor Strange comes out, there's going to be a bunch of characters in there. Like, they're going to stuff a lot of people in.
Absolutely. I mean, look at when you go to watch Doctor Strange, what are you seeing there? Here's an example of, okay, I know I go down that rabbit hole every time and the conversation comes up, but you guys want to laugh your butt off. I don't know if you guys caught the link I sent you about Stephen Colbert. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you see it, Puff? Sean, did you see that? Did you see that little 2 minutes in when you're talking about the Chinese are drilling in the deepest part of the ocean?
Japanese were drilling
and they're bringing it back to life. That's kind of scary, but the mythos behind it has made me laugh. But if you go back into Doctor Strange, yes, nice. There you go.
Yeah. I got one, but I want to get a better copy.
Sweet.
Go on, Robert.
But if you go back to that story and you go back to like Doctor Strange, okay, so who is he fighting in Doctor Strange? Who is Doctor Strange fighting? The main villain near the end of that movie.
Dormammu.
Yes.
Yeah.
And where is he from?
The Dark Dimension.
Exactly. And what are we talking about here when we're talking about futuristic, when it comes to our future books that are coming out, that's coming? We know Silver Surfer's coming down the pipeline. He's coming. He's got to be coming. We're looking at the internals. We're looking at all of our Celestials. I mean, come on. You know, it's just ticking away at us.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting to see the Living Tribunal on screen.
Oh, man.
It's so crazy. They're probably not going to ever do it, but boy, that would make me so happy.
Oh, I mean, look at this. Look at this as an example. We all really appreciated when we watched the Avengers. Remember when we watched the Avengers the first time, and then we watched the second one, and you see all the Avengers with Spider-Man and all of them on that airport lot, and they all are standing there and they're like ready to go. That 1, 2, 3 second shot of them all together and just going for epic. That was like that one moment was so epic to all of us as collectors. So we appreciated that. So it's like, yeah, they're doing a lot. I mean, I have to give them kudos. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm a big Wanda. I know I might be a little favoritism to Scarlet Witch, but they did her justice in my book. I thought it was awesome.
They did.
I loved everything about it.
It's we keep thinking comic book style. They're not thinking that. They're thinking
movie style.
We have to keep this to where people can understand it.
Yep.
So if we do all the different threads, yeah, that's awesome. But you get what you get now, which is a whole lot of continuity, and a lot of it has problems, and they're always messing with it.
True.
So yeah,
I mean, it's like an example when we got to the what was it, like series 8 on WandaVision? What did they drop at the end of it?
White Wizard.
Darkhold.
Yeah, and also her name.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm thinking that the Multiverse of Madness is going to kind of have a lot of characters like how Endgame had a ton of people in it. It's going to be in there.
Yeah. Now, I think that, okay, we have the Darkhold. That's in canon now. It was on the show. Chthon wrote the Darkhold.
Yep.
If they do anything about the Darkhold's past, we'll get Chthon. But you do not need Chthon to use the Darkhold and go that route. So we may never see him. So just keep that in mind, because they're trying to keep it so that a casual moviegoer can get it.
And you have to think that way. That's how you have to think.
You can't give them too much.
Exactly.
New characters.
People and the newer generation don't know a lot of what these characters
Well, the newer generation's attention span is this much.
Yeah, and they only know so much. We know all the back details.
Yeah, I'm saying their attention span is about like this.
I want to say something to Hoodad. Hoodad, are you there?
Yeah, he's there. He's just
he's probably having to mess with his daughter.
I want to say something to him.
Like they might open a portal and you might see somebody in that portal and then they close it up. And that's enough to go a whole other direction with it.
I think the reason we're having the Multiverse of Madness is because now we have the Fox stuff, and that means we can have different things in different universes.
Yep.
Because it would be way too convoluted and too complicated to have all this be in the mainline MCU.
Exactly.
That's why I am hoping and thinking that X-Men will have their own section. Maybe the horror characters will have their own section or something else, and they're going to section it off for people.
Yep.
Well, they totally trolled us with that reveal of Pietro as a Bonner.
Boner.
Fake Pietro, if you will.
Then they could also just use that as he's not. They could use that as he's just not Quicksilver in one of the dimensions.
Yeah, because that person could be anybody in any dimension.
Exactly.
But because we seen him in the X-Men movies, we think, that's Quicksilver. And even Agatha gave him Quicksilver's powers to fool everybody.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was just the big troll on you think we're going this way, but we're not. Let me dig it in some more.
Later, Sandy, I'll catch your stream on the rewind. I think everybody want to see Mephisto.
Mephisto isn't a television WandaVision,
but he's not a
level character. He's a Thanos, a Kang, a Galactus. He's a
background.
Here's the interesting thing about what a lot of people don't realize about Mephisto. It's just like Magneto. It's just like I'm going to think of another character, but he's got his Dr. Doom, another one. He's got his hands and everything.
Exactly. He's not going to be the main bad guy. He's going to be putting the bad guy up to whatever he's doing.
Don't talk
he's
anymore
pulling
about
the
Doctor Doom
strings.
because Steve is still trying to get that damn book. So we need to stop talking about it so the book stops going up in price so you can actually get the damn book.
Well, I think the multiverse will allow us to visit some of these characters
Mm-hmm.
that we don't want in the mainline stuff
Mm.
because that'll be too convoluted. Because Mephisto has his own place.
Yes.
The Dark Dimension, Dormammu, he has his own place.
Yes.
The Dream Realm, where my nightmare is, he has
Yeah.
his own area.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of, you think about like an example, think of Spawn. You got your different realms, you got your different warlords
Yeah.
that are controlling different realms.
Exactly.
You know, same kind of thinking.
And you know,
buddy, what's up?
the whole multiverse of madness thing.
Yeah.
We keep thinking about all these characters that we want to introduce in this movie.
Sure.
But let's not forget what role or however size his role is of Baron Mordo and what he's going to play. People forgetting about what happened at the end and what he did. So
I know they're forgetting about him. That means I can.
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
Or even Brother
They're
Voodoo.
forgetting a lot of things too.
Or
Let's
Brother
not talk
Voodoo
about
might
it so
play a
Will
big
can
part.
actually get the book.
Well, there's a lot, man. There's people have
Oh yeah,
given up.
absolutely, Mastodon. I totally agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Even Brother Voodoo might play a bigger part as the
Yeah.
Sorcerer Supreme.
Oh, he'd be great.
That would be awesome.
People are forgetting characters like FF65. That's the first Ronan the Accuser.
Yeah.
But people are forgetting that's also the first Supreme Intelligence. We're not done with the Kree yet.
Yeah.
Right.
There's Iron Man 55, first Thanos. Yeah, but that's also first Drax, first Blood Brothers. It's first something else as well.
Star Fox.
People are forgetting some of these books, so we got to go get them.
I got a question for y'all. Since people you talk about people forgetting, who's the next big bad that's coming in the MCU? They already told us, but I don't think people have. I think people have forgotten.
Kang the Conqueror?
Yeah, I know what Big Will. I should say not Big Will to answer. Everybody was so silent.
Yeah.
But Big Will is correct. Kang the Conqueror, because we're in the multiverse timelines. Yep. He is the next big bad. We are getting sidetracked by this Mephisto news, which we want to see it, but we're getting sidetracked with Mephisto, Nightmare.
Yeah.
We're getting sidetracked with a lot of stuff.
And I think who that's probably going to get mad at me for saying this, but let's think. We can have Kang without having Kang from Avengers number 8. What about Avengers 10, Immortus? What about Rama Tut?
The funny thing is, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. You know why? Because the guy who's playing the character, he's going to play Kang, but Kang has multiple personalities. Yeah. So the ultimate version is going to be Kang the Conqueror. Yeah. Will he be Kang the Conqueror in Ant-Man? Most likely not. He'll be one of the ones you had mentioned just now. Yeah. But guess what? In Avengers, maybe Young Avengers, whatever have you, he's going to be Kang the Conqueror. Whoever the big show, when they have showdown with, he's going to be Kang. But that's what I mean.
That's what I'm talking about with the Quicksilver thing. It's like he can be anybody in any dimension. He doesn't. In that dimension, he's nobody. But it could be a different version of him. He could be the character from the X-Men. You know what I mean? And he'll in that dimension, that's who will play him. Mm-hmm. And then in this one, he's not. You know what I mean? He could be a insurance salesman. You know what I mean? But it's the same guy, but he's not.
Jake from Snake Bone.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They can do all of that. But like you said, though, Kang is the main one. So even if he's Mephisto, it still could be Kang. You know what I mean? Like they could play it however they want to play it. You know?
Yeah, they have their things down. They actually tell us. Kevin Feige's good about telling us what's happening.
Yeah.
A lot of times, us in YouTube or comment, we tend to not listen as much.
Yeah,
we make all these videos. We say go spec this,
go spec.
Yeah, we say go spec this, go spec that, and then when it pops up, we're like, oh man, look, man, White Vision. Let's spend up $200, and you're like, we knew about that over a few years ago, and people were telling you get it at it since it's $1 book, get it. So
when Vision died. He lost his color. Yes. That's when everyone was saying get it, but no one listened. And
I mean, because Kevin Feige lays out a 5-year plan for us every 5 years.
Yeah,
we know Kang is the 5-year plan. X-Men is coming, but he said 5 years.
Yep.
So if that's the case, I got a feeling the effects for Kang traveling and making damages to the current Earth is going to have effect with X-Men. Submariner's coming. They gave you the hint in Endgame.
Yeah.
They said earthquakes outside of Wakanda on the ocean. And they said, oh, what do we have to worry about? It's in the ocean.
Yep.
He's telling us what's coming. You can still get Submariner ones for $100, $200, and nice copies. So that's why I've been doing my little investment videos, just telling people, this is what I'm invested in. Not saying to go get it, but hey, I'm just throwing it out there that you might want to go get it. But
Hey, I'm going to a convention first weekend in April, or maybe the second weekend. That is one of the books on my radar to check out and try and get me 1 or 2, 3 or 5, however many I can get of.
Yeah.
Submariner 1.
Yeah, because it's still undervalued. It's just, we know he's coming. The only issue is they haven't announced anything for Black Panther 2 is because of the death of Chadwick Boseman. If Chadwick Boseman wouldn't have passed away, could you imagine all the insight we would have for other characters coming?
Yeah.
We already know somebody's an antagonist. They didn't say the villain, the guy who was in the Netflix show. He's an antagonist. What character is he playing? He's I think he's of South American descent. So his color makes you think, where are they going with one of the antagonists for Black Panther?
Here's something that Sean, if you can put everyone to the side so they can read this, if you don't mind. This is Two Brothers Comic did a poll, and on the poll they've had 396 votes. This poll tells you what to buy.
Excellent.
Yep. Yeah, look at that.
That's all I'm going to tell you. If you can see what I voted for, so that's all I'm going to say.
But hey, you know what else about that too? People are more excited about X-Men than Fantastic Four because if you watch the number one contender spot for the hunt, 3 out of the 5 books that won both for Boston Chris and Newbie were or X-Men books.
Yep. Nice size close it out.
Another thing you got to remember is most X books have to do strictly with X characters. Yes, it's a shared universe. Everything does with everything. But for the most part, X characters are in the X books. Mm-hmm. The FF, those characters affect everything.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's the single characters out of the X-Men that affect certain things, like Storm with Black Panther. Yeah. Right. You can point them out. You can take certain people out and say, Wolverine, Savage Avengers or Avengers, Wolverine with the Avengers. So they have certain, you can pick them out of the X-Men and they've been placed everywhere, but mainly they've been their own ecosystem because they have their own problems. Mm-hmm. Mutants and Avengers have different problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of the stuff that Fantastic Four introduced was that led to a lot of cosmic stuff, which is what's going forward too.
Well, just off the top of your head.
Who dat? I want to say something to you, buddy. You did a fantastic job last night, especially when you got up off your chair and wish you had sit down in your chair.
Wait, what happened? What I did? I didn't hear. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My daughter closed the door. No.
You did a fantastic job last night. We still love you, buddy.
I'm not worried about that. I had the cojones to go on it and participate.
That was kind of unfair advantage. You totally. If it was going by Grail books alone, you would have killed it.
Oh yeah, that's why I said the 2 week. I wanted to make the rules fair.
Changing the rules, I don't understand that.
Yeah, I wanted to get the rules because the last round for the number one contender spot was any book.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, let me just get the rules down, Pat. I don't have that many books. If people know what happened with me in my house and my wife's car, I didn't get that much. So I said, let's make 2 weeks. That's fine. I'm hoping she got good deals on those books. I love Story. I hope she didn't get raked over a coal with that Mephisto book. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because we know what happened the last 2 weeks with that book.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I'm happy she got the books she wanted in that time frame because she said all of those books that we wanted. So that's all that matters. It was fun. I'm curious to see what.
Look at you're awesome, by the way.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what. Thank you. I'm curious to see what the next the tag match.
Me too. I'm curious too.
You know, because there's some fire coming.
Yeah, of course.
She's trying to become the belt collector, man. Win all the titles on the hunt.
She's the first woman winner on that show.
She's the first woman to participate.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it tells you because they got guys that are afraid to participate. She participated.
It's such a big deal.
I'm not. I just free on Saturday. That's all. That's the only problem.
Yeah. So
he just goes too late for me. I've never been able to watch the hunt really. But I'm also not as big as a wrestling fan. I mean, I even as a kid. So
who that? I got to show you something, man.
Yeah.
I went to my mom's house yesterday, and I was looking for a socket wrench to put a bike together. And I opened up a crate that was, next to my mom's garage door. And I saw some raw cards inside.
Oh.
And this is what I found.
Oh boy!
Amongst other things, but this is the highlight of the box.
Oh my god! Oh
no, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know what that goes for in a PSA 10.
Oh no! 1, 2.
How many you got? Come on,
3.
Really? All right.
Send all 3 to grading, man. That's what Steve's gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Is that first Kobe or first LeBron?
That's considered the Kobe rookie, the Kobe rookie. He has a lot of rookie cards, but the Topps Chrome is the one you really want. But the Topps is the second, Topps Chrome and then Topps.
And how much are those worth? Like what
Depending on grade, it's just like a CGC book. Depending on grading, I could look it up. I could look it up right now and tell you.
And they're all centered. They're all centered, like.
Yeah, Reba probably could pick up a grade, 2 grade, 3 grade.
Honestly, if it was me, I would keep one.
Yeah.
Keep one long term because keep one long term, man. When you get close to retiring, then that's when you get rid of that. But I mean, after the other two, yeah, I would actually keep the highest graded one too.
Hey, you can keep one, send one to me, and then get the other one graded.
Yeah, because BB sent you, and then got them sent back.
I'll tell you, a PSA 9 of that card is on bids right now with 2 hours left, and it's at $900 plus.
Wow!
So Big Remo, when I get my CGC books back, we'll see about doing the trade. See what grill you need. We'll talk. I got 50 books going to be coming back. I'm pretty sure one of those.
I saw your video today when C. Woodard was talking about the Young Avengers. I was like, shh. He just showed a director, or not the director's cut, the
Wizard World.
The Wizard World. With the
I'll show you really quickly.
9.8. I was like, boy, you see that one?
Yeah, I have 2. I actually had 3. I had a 9.8.
Yeah, that was sweet, man.
Nice.
Yeah, so hey, if you need one of these, hey, I got when the other one comes back from CGC. When the other one comes back from CGC, we'll talk. This one's signed by Alan Hemberg, 9.8.
Wow.
And then I have an unsigned one. So Kobe Bryant rookie card is my one of the Grail cards I want to get. So
yeah,
so we'll talk.
I found that one. I found like a couple Iverson rookies.
Let's see those Iversons, man.
Got this one.
Nice.
This is the other Topps one.
Oh yeah, you can put that with the Kobe for me. That one. Yeah. Then we'll talk about the other Avengers when they come back at 9.8.
Couple Grant Hill.
You can get Grant really cheap right now.
Yeah, and some Penny Hardaways. Bunch of these Steph Marburys I got. Bunch of Nash rookies. Most of these I got multiples of, but yeah. I was honest.
You got to come on the show with us, man. Maybe in a week or 2.
And these I just found all these last night, man. Literally, I found them all last night. Got the David Robinson rookie.
Wow.
If my mom would let me get to my cards, I would. I don't remember all the stuff I had, but I know I had some.
Oh man, here come Great Legend.
Yo, Great Legend.
John Elway teeth. Oh my god.
So who looked more like a horse, him or Shannon Sharp?
Oh my god. I don't care as long as nobody can beat Sam Cassell. I'm sorry. Of the ugliest man ever.
And then I was me and my daughter. I had bought 2 Happy Meals for my daughter. This is a few weeks back, and
Oh boy.
she was like, let's open the packs together. So she opened hers up and got a regular Pikachu, and I opened mine and I got the hologram.
Oh, you need to send that to CGC.
Yeah, sadly, but yeah.
I mean, well, Pokemon stuff, everybody's because their turnaround time, the pricing, people and stuff.
Yeah.
I went to Walmart and found all these.
See, and that's the thing. In my area, they don't put them out. You got to go ask for them.
I passed by and they had them all out.
Purposely, they don't put them out because the one reason over there is they don't put them out because the people probably just go to grab boxes and boxes.
And my wife seen those Kobe cards. I sent her the message at work.
I got too many to hold.
Oh my God.
They even had these.
Nice.
So
they say don't even open the box, right? You can sell.
No, I'm not going to open up those boxes. I'm going to open up the packs.
Yeah, the packs.
It's only $3.
Yeah.
You go to a card shop, I think it's
$10-15.
Yeah. So I just ended up getting them. I think somebody was going to buy them and then left them.
Yeah. Or they grab them all.
Down here in the South, who that can speak to this? Oh, that's a great book.
Where'd you get that book?
I got that from you, brother. $9 best ever spent.
$9. I wonder what that book's going for now.
I don't
a couple
know.
$100
actually,
at least $400 or $500.
More than $500 now.
Off of a raffle win. Raffle win.
Fantastic Four, Sean.
Yeah. But I was going to say, people down in the South like to collect stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
All sorts of crap. So
also,
go to places like Walmart, half the cards or all the cards will be gone. You go to my local McDonald's, we are out of Pokemon cards. They have it posted on the drive-thru.
And they hoard them. They don't even collect them to sell them. A lot of people down in the South, they'll get them. And then all of a sudden they pass away and they be like, man, I found tons of this stuff that they bought. Yeah, you're like, what did they do? They just bought it and put it in the closet or put it in the garage. And
or they collect it.
It's a gift and a curse living here for collectibles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like those Marvel and DC packs. They never have the Marvel packs. Tons and tons of DC, but never have the Marvel packs. Always gone. Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the time I walk into one of my Walmarts and see anything.
Yeah,
That's why I bought
Target. They're just like bare shelves. I'm just like,
that's why I bought the ones I saw. When I saw them, I never see them. See them, so I said I might as well get them because I never see anything sports related.
I'm buying it. I don't care if it's my last few dollars. I'll put it on a credit card.
Yeah, that's one thing about the Walmarts in my area is that the cards are always shot, but comics. They always have plenty of the Walmart packs for Marvel and DC.
So get this, they don't even sell comics at the Walmarts out here.
Wow.
And I could never walk into a Walmart and find comics. And I don't even look. They don't even have them. And then when you ask them, they're like, comic books? We don't even sell comic books. I'm like,
a lot of times they don't even know anyway because I asked 5 to 5 below. I said, y'all have comics books? He's like, I don't think we have comic books. Then like a few weeks later, I went in there and they had comic books. I was like, they work there, don't even know what they got.
Yeah, that's because it's only as you walk out by the registers. That's the only place that Walmart.
I always look for the book section where the books are.
No, it's at the checkout with the card area.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm at my place the same way. On the end cap, the register.
Look for the magic cards or the Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yep. I see those all the time.
Yeah, it's in that aisle. It's right there.
Okay.
And look behind. Look behind them. Look at the bottom shelf. People like to hide them.
Yeah.
You'd be
Because
surprised how
they're
many
coming back
idiots
for it.
think I'm going to put this in the back and no one
Yeah.
will know. I'll get it.
Nobody's
in 3
gonna
weeks.
look there.
Go find it later, right?
Yeah.
Comic books behind the what do you call it? The tabloid magazines.
Yeah. You know what else they do? You know what else they do? They lift that little grate at the bottom shelf. They'll lift that and they'll put stuff at the bottom there, like nobody's.
Yeah, I never understood why people do that. I mean, it's like going to an LCS and you look in the long box and it's like Amazing Spider-Man, Action Comics, and then all of a sudden you have Zatanna stuck in the back. Like someone's not going to know. And you get.
Oh yeah. They do that. They'll hide books in like random areas. So you're like, this is not.
It's like when you see like one copy left of a book on the shelf, and it's a book that's like people are buying up. So somebody, instead of buying it, they gonna put it at the very bottom of the stack, covered up with all the comics, thinking that nobody's gonna look underneath it. I'm like, if you know us comic collectors, we search everything, going through that whole stack.
And I'm looking at the stack of the books next to it that don't have the title because someone will probably stick it back there. So
yeah, they might they might take an independent image book, go to the DC section, put it underneath the Superman book.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's like
irritating. Go ahead.
Why would you even go look, search, and find it if obviously you can't get it?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me. I'd put back one of the other books and just get that book. You know what I mean? Like, don't buy duplicates of one book. Buy one book and get the one you want.
Like a month ago, I went through this guy's all of his DC and Marvel boxes, and they were $2 boxes, right? It took me 3.5 hours to go through them, and I had a short box. And there's all these ones that are like $50, $60, $100 a piece. And I'm putting them in there. I know what they are. Go up to the register to go pay for them. He's going through them, and he's like, "Oh, this isn't supposed to be in there. Oh, this isn't supposed to be in there." And I go, "You're not going to honor the price of what those books are?" He goes, "Oh no, I got to look this up." I go, "You either take my," and I had a line of people behind me. They're like, "Wait a minute, he was been back there hunting for those books for 3.5 hours. He's been here all day, and you're not going to honor your price for $1 and $2 of books?" "Oh well, we can't do that." And I'm like, "Well, then I guess I'm leaving."
I can't stand that when that happens.
Dude, there's a store like that like literally he has a ton of line boxes and it smells like cats and dogs in there. And you'll go and find all these keys in his boxes, and when you get up there, he looks it up on eBay and then he'll say make a deal with me. All right, let's make a deal. I don't want.
No, if you already had a price,
I'm not gonna do your work for you.
Yeah,
I got a shop that they'll honor the prices, but if you find a book in his boxes, you know, you spend time digging. He actually acknowledged that. Hey, since you spent time digging, he said he looks it up in the price guide, which is even fabulous.
Yeah,
and then the price guide's already a year behind, and this is a 2019 price guide, so it's actually from 2018 prices. Yep. So he looked it up on prices. He's like, oh, it looks like they say $80 depending on his condition. He said, but since you took time looking for it, searching, I wouldn't even know I had this. And it was the He-Man, the Master Universe book DC presents. He goes, how does $60 sound? I know the book's worth way more than $60 as is. So I was like, perfect. You know, perfect. You know, I'm not going to leave it there so you do eBay research and then put it for 150 later.
I'll give you 40 for it. Since you I'll give you 40.
Yeah, I just don't understand the shops that do you that way because they buy them at like half price. So if
they're lazy,
they're lazy.
They're at profit.
They're lazy.
You know.
That's what I look
at. They're comic people, but they're lazy. They don't want to organize their own shit.
They're going to just take the book that they just had to look up and find out.
It goes on the wall.
Exactly.
Exactly. Like another.
It ain't going back in that short box. That's
well, correct me if I'm wrong, but owning a comic book shop, you should probably, I don't know, look up your comics. Yeah. Impress.
They're lazy. They buy so many damn collections in.
I was so happy that they put the tag of $3 on Conan 275, and that book goes for way more than $3. And I was like, as soon as I took it up to the counter, they said $3. Yeah. I was like, because some shops you see with no price on it, they probably looked that up or something like that. Because it's not even the key issue, but it's a hard to find issue.
Yeah. Here's how it's supposed to go. You buy a collection of, say, 100 books. You sell 5 books for $200-$300. Everything else you sell at $1 or $2, and you're making pure profit.
Yeah.
Who cares if they're gone up in value?
That's what my shop, they take the important key books out, put a price on them, and normally their prices are not bad.
Yeah.
And then all the other books, like, you got books ranging from $1 to $10. Depending on the variant or how important the book is. But most of the time, you can get those books for cheap.
Yeah.
But when you try and just put prices on them, when you ain't even put a price on it, and you want to go look it up on eBay, that's when my hand is touching the door and I'm walking out.
Mm-hmm.
Now my hand is touching sanitizer, and then I'm pushing it over with my little thing, and then I'm walking out the door.
Exactly. Well, here's
Peace out, man.
who that might like freak out, but it's okay. I'm not a big Teenage Mutant Ninja fan, but there's a bookstore that's within 20 miles of me, and the guy looks out for me. He's been pretty fair with me on prices, and I went through all of his long boxes in his store, went through all of his comic books, and I found literally a stack of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Some from the first run, and I could have just took them for like less than $10 a piece, but these were like $100 books, $20 books, $25 books. But I'm not a collector of it, and I had a stack like this. And I pulled them all out, and I brought them up to the register with the books I wanted, and I got a whole box of really nice grills I was looking for. And I go, listen, you might want to double check the price on all these books. These books are worth a hell of a lot more than what they're priced at. He's like, really? I go, look up this one right now. And so I did him a favor, and in return, he's done me a favor, and now he's looking out for me. So sometimes doing a good deed, depending on what it is, helps.
But see, depending on the owner,
depends on the owner.
Yeah. The other guys, they don't not work.
No.
Screw
He's
you,
pretty fair, and he's been really good to me and my wife.
You're fair with me, or you, like you said, like you come to me and say, "Hey, man, I just got this book in."
Yeah.
Like Jeff said, you might want to buy this because it's I'm hearing good things about it. Okay, and then but then if you just every time I bring books up, you're like, "Oh well, yeah, there's no price on it, but this is a $75 book."
Yeah.
So I want to charge you, $73.
That's the attitude I don't like. Exactly right.
I couldn't see myself going through all of those.
You sure you don't want to work here at the store?
Yeah, right. Doing your job for you.
He goes, the guy that helps me here put all those books in. I go, you might want to double check on these.
Yeah.
He likes, over $1,000 in books, in just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles alone. And he's like, holy mackerel, thank you very much. I go, you're welcome.
Yeah. There's a few guys I deal with consistently, like 2 out of the 3 or 4 shops I go to. They're very, very fair, and they don't mark their books up. And the books that they do mark up, they know, and they're selling them. Like they might have stuff that's graded or whatever, and they're selling it for fair prices. But like all their back issues are either cover price or below, and when you buy them, even if it's a hot book, it's still, they're not gonna charge you when you get up there. They're just gonna be like, oh, nice find. You know what I mean? So.
Right. Well, gentlemen, I'm going to go. Love you guys. It was wonderful, Sean. It's been a long time. I've been wanting to come on your show, but I've been kind of stuck doing another show.
Yeah. Congrats on that grill.
I was on Sandy's show for the last.
Congrats on the book,
bro. Yeah.
Reviews for WandaVision.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, I missed Sean's show. Love you guys, and I'll catch up with you guys.
All right, see you, G, man. Take care, man.
Peace.
Yeah, tell the wife hello.
I will.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and congrats on your book.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
you guys
that
want to see
reminds
something?
me, if you don't mind, Stay Puff, I would like to mention again. I
First
still have about 3
Razor.
mystery boxes left. If someone wants to buy one, there's 8 of them. 4 of them have a prize, and they're only $40 shipped, and you get at least $40 books if you lose. So it's a pretty safe bet. Just putting that out there.
Let me hold on. Who that's?
I just want to show this book because if I can find the other book that
Is that from the movie?
Yeah, I'm trying to show the other book that they were pushing. All right, so I've been wanting to do this, but I didn't want to, But this is the first appearance of Cwtcc and Razor, if you remember from the movie, and comic trade or whatever you want to call it. Yes, the movie adaptation, but it's the first time there, and that a certain people were pushing this book. Oh, this is the first appearance in comics. This is technically, and they're on the cover. So this, always kind of be careful out there. Also, ask people who actually collect the stuff.
Yeah.
And this is like a little PSA, this little soapbox moment. Because people are paying maybe a little bit more for that book. I did get like 2 sets of them. Mainly, one to keep and one to look through.
Yeah, right.
But this is the one, if you want their first appearance, this is their first appearance, and they're on the cover. They made a whole set of these back in the day, if people remember the movie. They got, the original stuff like that. So this is the one, if anybody was looking for like their first appearance in kind of like comics or something like that. They also has an Archie version as well, but I think this one came out first, if I'm not mistaken. Cwtcc, let me know if you're in the chat. But I think this one came out first, and then the Archie. Yeah. But it's correct. Yeah. IDS. That's what it should say. IDW continuity. Yeah. Because it's not their first in comic.
So we go to Whodat if we need info on Turtles.
Or Cwtcc.
Or Cwtcc. We go to Jeff if we need some Vampirella. Anyone can hit me up for Wolverine.
Yeah,
What
pretty much.
about you two, Remo, Sean? What's your specialty?
Spider-Man.
I don't have one. I'm taking notes still.
Hit Remo up for basketball cards that he finds randomly.
I'll tell you how to find cards at your parents' house.
Go look for something else. Go
look for a screwdriver.
Alex Ross Vision.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, I don't have. I got things to put them all up.
Why did they go back to just regular paper on this cover?
I have no idea. Did you get the other one?
So with the other one?
There's a Hawkeye. They came out with Hawkeye too.
I don't like Hawkeye.
All we're missing is the Punisher one. Let's see if they actually do that.
If they give the Punisher one,
I'm getting that.
I'm getting it.
Did you see the sketch one like that?
He's a Punisher expert then.
I know, right?
You're the Punisher expert.
Yeah, I did see the sketch one.
The sketch one looked nice.
But when I felt this book, when I was like, what the fuck? This ain't the same as the others, in terms of the paper quality and stuff. It's that shitty Marvel paper. I was like, come on, man.
It's toilet paper. That's why we got toilet paper shortages, man.
Hey guys, I'm gonna jump off though. I gotta go run.
See you later
with the family.
Later.
Sean, it's good seeing you guys.
Hey, are you gonna be on tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna be on tonight, so I'll see you later on.
My brother will join us tonight.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, if you're up, guys, we're gonna be on the Comic Con Roundtable discussion tonight.
I'll be up. I'll be working on Robert's stuff. I'll be up.
Yeah, you'll get to see it. There's gonna be a rant tonight too. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming to America.
Because we're gonna talk about coming to America too. So.
Man, that movie it was not that bad. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna watch it. I fell asleep through it, so I'm gonna watch the rest of it today, and then I can.
I can't see it.
So. You don't have Amazon?
Well, I could watch it if I went to my parents, but they're not going to want to watch it.
Right, I got you.
Me and VV did a video on it yesterday, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah, my wife liked it too. I fell asleep. I got to right when they started performing, and then I fell asleep. So
not during the funeral.
No, when they were performing, when we were Salt and Pepper and all them were on there.
Yeah, that was the funeral, man.
I fell asleep, man.
One of the best parts.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I had been up this morning in the morning, so I had my early work day, so I fell asleep. So
I saw that. I said, "That's how I want to go."
Exactly. That was man. I was like, "Yo, that was a great funeral, bro."
Hey, you guys want to see something funny?
What do you got?
This is my senior yearbook.
Damn, you get a book looking like that?
Hey,
I thought that was an omnibus.
Yeah, I thought it was like a story or a hardcover trade.
no, this is my yearbook.
Man, I
That's a
didn't even
nice
have a good.
yearbook.
Yeah, I didn't even have a yearbook like
Yeah,
that.
I didn't even have a yearbook like that either.
My shit was paper and all.
Well, look, Big Will, boy. Look at him.
But yeah, man, this
Looking like a lost member of the Beatles, man.
Yeah. I used to have some long hair. But yeah, I found all my yearbooks. I pulled out the
Fast face like
I pulled out the senior year one. Yeah, I got one for every year, including kindergarten.
I never had a hardback as a yearbook.
You never had a hardback? That's all we've had.
Damn,
Mm-hmm.
that's awesome though, man. What you got, so Jeff? I see you holding those
No.
Bampies, man.
Yeah, but you know the difference in between these two, right?
Man, how many times you gonna ask that, man? You think?
No, I
Like,
know
I don't
you
know
know.
that?
You know. I know you know. Do they know?
Well, I can see, obviously, it's got different labels on the side. One says biggest
Right.
issue ever. The wording's different.
Right, but one's Harris and one's Warren. So the main reason the lawsuit even happened was these two issues here. There's a lawsuit there. You know what I mean? There was a lawsuit that happened with Harris and Warren because of this. So these are the two issues that they went into suit for. Was these two? Because I know a lot of people like collecting like lawsuits or misprints. You know what I mean? So.
Well, you had one that was 113. That's the Harris one.
That's the Harris one, and then this is the Warren one. 64 was the yep. That's the whole reason.
That's
that
the one I
lawsuit-
have.
Yep. And this one came from the pile that came from why can't I think of her name right now? Lady Fantastic. So.
Yep.
This is the batch that came. Yeah, but I'm thinking about grading it. The reds are really like like it came off the stand. That's how nice it looks. So I'm gonna grade it. Ugh.
Hey, who that? I was able to get from my order last month some hardbacks from Stranger Comics, the Untamed. I got both the
Nice.
Untamed books.
I definitely want to get that eventually. I'm gonna wait for when they do another sale or something.
Well, they doing the 20% off again. It's through the this month, Women's History Month.
I'm gonna wait till Black Friday so I can get the 50%.
Hey, I got some pretty cool books myself this week. They're familiar to Who Dat probably.
Oh yeah, the Mickey Mouses.
Yeah. I got two. I got both of the Mickeys.
Did
And
you
then I
get
picked
the what was it? There
I
was
picked
a Scrooge one too. There was a Scrooge one.
Picked up the Scrooge,
It sold out
and,
pretty quick.
and he let me get Duck Avenger, Donald Duck.
No, that's cool.
Very
There's a
happy
Goofy
with,
one.
with this.
There was a
acquiring
Goofy
here.
one too. There was a Goofy one too.
Yeah, I didn't get that one.
What's up, John?
Oh, hey.
But yeah, you must have had a weird high school, or it must have been a Yankee thing or something, because
Got Yankee.
I guess so.
my new book from 1965 is a hardback.
I've never had a hardback, man. It's always been a floppy book. Soft
Yeah.
covers.
Never seen one of those.
It's the South. Oh, the South has hardbacks. Because
Yeah, I mean, Splash Page also say they had hardback, so I guess
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
a South thing. But I don't know.
Hey, so hey, everybody in the chat, did you have paperback yearbooks when you were in school, or did you have a hardback yearbook when you were in school? Sound off in the chat for us. I'd be curious if that's just a Southern thing, or if you,
Well, a California thing too, because I got a the senior book is a hardback from California, so actually I got it over there somewhere. I can always dig it out.
Yeah. Either way, though. So, what are we looking forward to with Falcon and Winter Soldier?
All the crazy spec that's going to happen.
Yeah, all those books that are gonna go up right
I
after
wonder
the
what
show.
the White Vision equivalent for Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to be.
It's going to be a week-to-week thing, and it's going to be like something new. Speculating on it.
Do y'all want some spec news before it blows up? Or y'all?
Why not?
You know, because like they said, Marvel tells us who and what's going to be in it.
Lay it on us.
Sharon Carter. They did posters for the TV show. She is going to play a significant role, I guess, on the show, because why would you do a poster for her?
Yeah.
First appearance right here. See?
Yeah. Well, now I wanna Jimmy Woo one, and that's a Golden Age book. The Jimmy Woo one.
Well, yeah, that's great. But like Tales of Suspense 75, definitely one to pick up. She's in the show. They're gonna add her. Black Widow's sister, was it Yana?
Yana Popo something or
whatever. They wanted this show to come after
the movie. Yeah.
The movie, because she becomes the new Black Widow. That's already said out there. They already know. So what is it? Black Widow 1, I think. You know.
Yeah. Yelena or whatever.
Yeah.
Yelena Popo.
It's Inhumans 5, I believe, is her.
Well, no. First appearance cameo, whatever, is the Inhumans, in the other book, like first full. You know how CGC does that. Crap.
Yeah. The Inhumans one is the one that's on fire.
Yeah. Unless you get Dynamic Forces Black Widow 1 and a 9.8, that one's very expensive. So, like, those are some books. What else do we know? James Rhodes going to be in the show as well.
Yeah. They'll probably
as War Machine. Yeah, as War Machine.
So that book's gonna go up another couple of $100.
I don't know if she's gonna be in this show dealing with James Rhodes, but his niece. They said that I forgot who got cast as his niece.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Which Zemo is Zemo?
Oh well, Zemo's gonna be in the.
Baron Zemo.
Baron Zemo.
Baron Zemo.
Which one?
Yeah.
Which
there's a couple of Zemos.
Yeah. So I don't know if the Zemo one. I'm not 100% sure, but we know that because you know what's going on with that. And what else they got that's going?
Zemo's a grandkid.
I mean those villains that they're gonna have. But see, Nicholas, the villains. We can go over the villains, but I would say try to get them now because those villains are not going to be recast. Flag Smasher.
They'll go up and crash.
Yeah, Flag Smasher and what's the one? Agent or not Agent?
U.S. Agent.
U.S. Agent. Yeah, U.S. Agent. Those are not going to be like White Vision. Those are going to be one and done. You know, even if they don't kill them all, but it's still going to be one and done. They're not going to continue on with that. This is so you got Flag Smasher, you got U.S. Agent. Those are your villains. You got Zemo. I think they're gonna probably get rid of Zemo after this as well. So those are some of the villains, antagonists. You know,
I bet that really sticks in his craw that they took the German out of Zemo.
They whitewashed him. That's what happened.
He said, even though the actor's German.
Hey, at least the actor's German.
Hey.
But I know one thing. This is like deep spec right here. You get your first appearance of the leader.
Oh yeah.
Because he's in the MCU, and he might be showing up during She-Hulk or something during that stuff. Because that's where we're going to get all our Gamma characters. Because they can't do a solo movie.
That's She-Hulk. That's the She-Hulk villain. Thundra. I'm just I got 2 or 3 of these, but Thundra. Yeah, and it's so funny is when you look at certain books and you try to look online stores like Reese Rare Comics, Dale Roberts, or you look at eBay or IG, certain books that people are telling people about are hard to find, are kind of pricey. You go to LCS, they'll have Fantastic Four, 120, 121, 120. You know, they'll go through that unless you get to 129. You're like, wait, where's 129? Wait, where's 130? You don't even have the second appearance. They're like, they'll be going. Like, people are like, so it's out there. You know, I haven't gotten them graded yet. Also, the team up for She-Hulk and Hulk, the first time they meet. And She-Hulk and Hulk, that's like in Incredible Hulk. Is it 282 or something like that?
For those that don't know, Banner gave the blood infusion, but that didn't. Their Hulk personas didn't meet.
Yeah,
it was later that they met as the green skin.
Yeah, and it was in the Incredible Hulk book. I think it was 282. I might be wrong.
Yeah,
but and they have a Canadian variant for that. So if you can find a Canadian for the first time they meet as, you know, She-Hulk and Hulk, that would be a good one. This one is the Iron Wars type thing. It's the first appearance of Firepower. This is issue 230. Good one to go because he's going to be in the Falcon and Winter Soldier, so it's a good one to have as well. But I think this issue came out when they had Mark Jeweler, so just saying. So look for some little small things to look for that I've been kind of slowly picking up, just because, like I said, Kevin Feige and Marvel, they tell you where they're going.
Yep, they tell you where they're going.
You know,
James
we
Rose
just don't know what's going to happen. We just don't know what's going to happen.
James Rose never put on the Iron Man suit in the movies, right?
No.
So do you think there's a possibility that he puts on the Iron Man suit in the show?
Maybe. Never know.
In that show, maybe not that show. In Armor Wars, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Will he still be War Machine, or will he want to be Iron Man?
Don't forget, we don't have Iron Man right now, so we don't know if he would take the role.
Or is Iron Man going to be nameless?
Honestly, he has the code name War Machine, which he ended up taking that later.
He already did Iron Patriot too.
Yeah, he already did that. Only thing would be cool. This would be just cool, just to make me smile, if in a movie or a TV show he's like doing something in a suit, and then somebody says, who do you think you are, Iron Man? And he just looks at him. No, I'm War Machine. Like, that would just be cool, like a little nostalgia thing to me. You know, because he switched the name. They thought War Machine was that's why he went to the Iron Patriot. He's like, oh, War Machine. That sounds too. What they say? He got canceled in the movies. Because if y'all remember in the movies, that's what that said. They stopped. And you went to Iron Patriot because it said War Machine sounded too something violent or whatever you want to have.
Yeah.
So, but he could do it. But I don't know how it's going to all. I think he might do it, or some kind of way they're going to get in Riri Williams, because in her background she kind of uses his tech to make the suit, and then she makes one that looks like him. Then she makes Ironheart. Yeah, then she makes her own Ironheart. So,
and I see that possibility, going the route of Riri. But it would be nice for them to at least give James Rose that one time in the suit.
You never know. They might make Rogue's niece be Riri. You never know that, right? We don't know that for sure.
That's true.
Yeah, it could. So they could say, hey, his niece is Riri. So it's
his niece, I think in the comics, actually takes his persona and Riri.
Right.
So
I'm just saying, you never know. So
I think they're gonna build that buddy relationship with Riri and his niece. I think that's what they're gonna do, like they did Iron Man.
I hope they're not gonna do this, but it would be awesome to me if we had like a War Machine versus Iron Man with Don Cheadle as Rhodey, and then Cuba Gooding Jr. coming back as somebody else. That'd be hilarious. They're not gonna do it though.
No, we're not Cuba Gooding Jr.
Terrence
Howard. Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
They could actually do Terrence Howard in the multiverse.
The multiverse.
Maybe he's Iron Man in the multiverse.
That's if he wants
that
to.
That would be cool.
Yeah. He ain't doing that. He ain't doing nothing right now. He needs the money.
Yeah.
Terrence Howard ain't doing that no more. Empire's done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you think he would even be the slightest bit thinking about it if they offered
Yeah,
it?
I would.
I think he's still.
Yeah.
What's the right word? I want to butthurt or whatever you want to say. You think he's still
Yeah,
kind of
he's
sick
sour.
of it.
Well, I mean, you can't blame him though. He's like, we had a contract. They're like, yeah, but we don't need you now.
And he took a pay cut for Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
That's what made him so upset. If people if you do your research and find out what really happened, they signed Terrence Howard before they got the person to play Iron Man. He suggested Robert Downey Jr. They said they couldn't afford him. He took a pay cut for them to sign him to do the first few movies, and they basically screwed him out. And then he really got upset because Robert Downey Jr. didn't take up for him, like saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
he's like, dude, I'm the one that took less money so they can hire you." And I was like,
Return no favor.
yeah, it was kind of messed up, honestly.
Yeah. Hence why he'll probably say no if
Yeah,
offered.
yeah. That's
But
just,
hey, I got the name wrong, but Cuba Gooding Jr. would be good.
hey, ever since he got in trouble and they got the
Yeah,
meme going around with him being arrested.
Oh, he got arrested.
in the
Hey,
courtroom.
where-
He was in the
hey.
courtroom.
Robert Downey was the same way, so we can't say no.
But
for
that
one.
was years ago. This
Yeah, that was
is recent.
years
This
ago.
is recent. You know how people have that memory.
Yeah.
They staying away from him.
Yeah.
They got so many
Yeah.
memes, dude. That said,
You guys
I swear
heard
to
about
God.
Pepe Le Pew, right? You guys heard about them trying to cancel Pepe Le Pew now?
no, they canceled
Yeah,
him.
they
He's out
canceled
of the
him.
movie. He's out of the
Yeah.
movie.
And they
Yeah.
redesigned Lola Bunny.
Yeah.
But look, it was so funny. My wife said, "I can't believe they canceled." It was like I had to explain to her. Not saying that I think it's correct. I had to explain why they canceled him because I told her, I said, Pepe Le Pew is basically a pedophile, a pervert.
Yeah.
Yeah, pervert. I said, he's basically a pervert. She said, "What you mean?" I said, "He literally tries to molest a cat."
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
I said, he is close to a rapist as you can get without being one.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's when I explained it to her. She was like, "Oh," I said, "Yeah." I said, "That's why." I said, "That said, I agree with it." But
And you know what?
Yeah.
The funny thing is they had the news about that, and then somebody posted the Dave Chappelle show
Yeah.
when he was on stand up talking about Pepe Le Pew. Like, what the fuck kind of rapist shit this is?
yeah, kind of rapist.
I'm showing my
is.
kids.
So somebody
So I
must
said
have watched
Pepe Le
his. Somebody must have watched it. It goes, oh boy.
I'll be honest. I don't like the idea of cancel culture, but I couldn't care less if they don't have Pepe Le Pew in the Looney Tunes movie. He's one of
Right.
the lesser cartoons anyway.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
he's like the C and D list.
And to
Yeah.
quote Chappelle, he is a little rapey.
Yeah.
He is. I don't know. That's why I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. But hey, one thing that I heard someone on the internet, Carl Smallwood from Fact Fiend, mention this, and I think it's a really great idea. As you know how when the X-Men were created, it was during the civil rights stuff, and that's sort of the way that they pinned it. But the older characters like Magneto and Professor X had to be older adults, so their stuff started in like World War II and a little bit before then. Well, we can't have an almost 95-year-old man to play Magneto now. So why not make it so that they're in their 60s and they're black, and do Magneto and Professor X like that, so you could have the same start in like the civil rights movement, but it's basically the same thing but a little better, essentially. And I think that's a good idea. What do you guys think?
That's actually what Stan Lee would probably wanted.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, a lot of people don't realize Stan Lee pushed the boundaries of a lot of things because he's a Jewish man.
Yeah.
You know what, they had to deal with a lot of stuff they had to deal with. So he would actually probably want that, and it would make sense because, like you said, Magneto will be like 100 years old.
Right.
I mean, so like you can't. People like nah. If people gonna say nah, I want to keep it original, but it's like then now we're getting to a point. It doesn't make it. Now we got to add something. We got to add something to make it realistic. All right, so mutants have longer lifespans. We got to add that to the thing, or
Plus, you have to have the start before your start. You can't have two different starting points. So we have to bring them in and start them off, and you can't do that with them being like de-aged or whatever that Magneto was in the comics. I mean, you got to start off fresh, and I think that's one of the best ways. That I agree with the guy from Fact Thing. I think that's a great way to do it.
Yeah, and and then the funny thing is, they don't even have to be black to be civil rights people. They could still be white if people worried about race. If people worried about race, they had plenty of white people that were in the civil rights movement. Plenty were murdered for being in the civil rights movement. So,
but they don't get brought up.
They don't get brought up, but that's why people need to know their history.
And you can have the Professor X character be under the tutelage of Martin Luther King.
Yeah, and one
Magneto will be great for Malcolm X.
Yeah. So I mean, so like a lot of people sometimes are worried about the race thing. How about that? You can keep the race thing a certain way, but the civil rights movement, that's what it was written for, and it would make more sense. So I mean, I'm just sorry. Like I'm 100% for it, and race doesn't even matter. Race doesn't matter, but it would fit the timelines and stuff. Race doesn't even matter.
I like I said, I won't mind it. I'm not going to be against it, because if we're in modern times, you have to update the characters.
Yeah, you have to modernize them. So
and I like the idea of I'm sorry to cut you off, but I like the idea of having multiple movies have multiple colors of people instead of it all being in like the Black Panther series, because that you know what I'm saying. I like everything to reflect the world.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm curious about the Shang-Chi movie, anyways. So,
but I mean, like I just said, I just explained it. It can still be white if people worried about keeping their characters white.
Yeah.
But also, you know what? I watch a lot of people talk about these things. What in the history of the X-Men, Magneto, or and Professor X that says they're white? It doesn't say they're white. It just says they're from a certain place. So they don't have to be white. You don't have to be white from this. You know what I mean? It doesn't say, they're white. You know what I mean? So that wouldn't change the characteristics and the, of that character. But you could still keep them white, like we explained. Like, civil rights movement had plenty white people that literally died before something of that.
Well, that's cool, Al. We could still do the same thing talking about, but like who that said, we can keep them white. We can make them Jewish, because Magneto's never been played by a Jewish man before, I don't think, but he is a Jewish character.
I think Ian wasn't.
I don't know if he is or not. He may just be so old that he had the big nose. Never stops growing. So I honestly don't know, but I know Fassbender isn't.
I would rather them just create a whole different universe where all X-Men were black or something like that, or there was just a universe where the X-Men was more, diversified, from the beginning, instead of them all being white, just have mixtures, like you said, of different people from different worlds.
Yeah. Yeah, any way you do it.
Eddie Murphy.
I think the basis of civil rights movement would be the good way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Still keeping the same, but not, again, running into that problem of everyone's 100 years old.
That's the only thing I think and that's the basis, actually, what you're saying. It's not really, you didn't even say anything about race. You just actually said just maybe update the timeline. Mm-hmm. So, like, but a lot of times when you talk about that, people think they assume that you're talking about making them black automatically, which, that's not, like I just explained, you don't have to. You got it, but you need to update the timeline. You can't argue that. I'm sorry. We're in 2021.
Yeah.
When was World War II? 1945 when it ended.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when it ended. so you would have to say, oh, Magneto was an infant, just to make it kind of realistic.
Yeah.
It's.
And,
I think it would work out.
Yeah, Al, I think you were probably going to spell out Africa. But yeah, I get that. But I'm just saying that's the only movie where there's more than like 2 people that aren't white. I mean, even the people
until we get Shang-Chi,
until we get Shang-Chi. Fine.
Yeah.
That was perfectly fine. I love that the Black Panther was majority black cast. It was it was needed.
Yeah, it didn't bother me at all. I'm just saying it'd be nice to have someone outside of a place based in Africa other than Rhodey,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Asian people.
And you're making perfect sense. Like X-Men, they're what, American? Like American? They're Americans, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, pretty sure if anybody has traveled America, it's not 100% white.
Look at this panel.
Look at this panel. We're in America. This is a panel of different people.
Yeah.
X-Men should look like America. This be all over. This be all over the place.
Well, that's fine, Al. I figured. I was just clarifying.
Yeah.
That's why I kept emphasizing. I think he wasn't hearing what we were saying yet. Yeah. I was like, yeah.
I mean, the cold thing with changing people's color in movies or comics, it is to a certain degree sometimes pandering. Like I felt that way when they did that with the return of Wally West and the New 52. I'm thinking we're gonna get the old Wally West that we all knew and grew up with in the 90s. But then when we saw what they gave us, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm black and I don't even want a black Wally West. I want the Wally West that I grew up with.
Yeah, they gave it to us in the show too.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, that giant size X-Men really expanded the X-Men when it came to diversity. You had Colossus from Russia, Storm from Africa, Nightcrawler from Germany, I think. Yeah. So in Sunfire, he was Asian.
Oh, okay. I was about to...
Thunderbird, Native American.
Thunderbird. Sadly, they killed him off like 2 issues later. That was kind of...
but hey, at least his brother took up the name.
Yeah. Because the one thing about Thunderbird and Warpath is that we only had like 3 issues of Thunderbird, and then we got a lot of Warpath. But I always felt that Thunderbird got the short end of the stick. They could have at least gave us a little bit more of his character before they said, all right, let's take him out.
Well, don't forget, they can bring him back now. They got the 3 mutants that bring him back now.
Yeah.
So no mutants can stay dead anyways. There's 3 mutants that can bring you back.
No. The only French one I can think of off the top of my head is Batroc the Leaper.
Mm.
And that's not...
He's not a mutant.
That's not who you want parading as the French one in the comics,
George St. Pierre in the movie.
Oh, and DC, there's Mansour Mala, which is a horrible person to pick for waving the flag for French or France, because he's a genetically altered gorilla that has a sexual relationship with a robot brain in a jar.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I forgot about that.
That's crazy right there.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like something out of Eric Larsen's creations as well.
Let me explain to you this way. Has a lot to do with Doom Patrol.
Mm.
Oh, Grant Morrison?
Then it makes sense.
No, not Morrison, but it wasn't just Morrison. It was even back in the day they got into weird stuff, Doom Patrol. Yeah, but I don't think... We haven't even had him in the MCU. But yeah, I think the Swordsman was French. If not, he had a great French mustache, I believe.
Mustache.
It was... What is it with French people in comics? They always have those mustaches.
To be honest, I never really dived into the information on that. I always thought it just looked funny and weird, but yet they made it look cool whenever they do their swordsman battles. Yeah. Well, either way, I'm looking forward to Falcon and Winter Soldier. You know, it's going to be a rough task following WandaVision.
Yeah.
I'll say that WandaVision kept us on our toes every week.
Yeah.
Isn't it more episodes too? Something like that?
No, it's done.
No, I'm not saying WandaVision. I'm saying the Winter Soldier one. Isn't it like more episodes? Like more than 9,
I
right?
think it's 10. I think
Yeah.
it's straight up 10. And it starts, what, 18th or 19th?
It starts the 19th. It starts Friday next week.
Yeah. I'm curious, after the first episode,
What books
to
go
what
up?
spec will go crazy.
Yeah.
They're not doing 2 episodes in the first week. I don't think they're doing that like they did WandaVision.
So 1 episode, and then next week skip one, and then the episode after that, huh? That's what you think?
Say again?
So 1 episode there on the 19th, but they're gonna skip it and the next Friday, and then put another episode out after
Well,
that.
I don't know if they're going to skip the next Friday or not.
Yeah, I think it's weekly. You know, it's
Okay.
going to be 1 episode a week.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
agree with you.
Be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, here's my question: is they do that crap so often in Hollywood. How do you know if it is genuine change because they think it's needed versus the cowtail?
When I think, like, when they did the change, like, with Kingpin and Daredevil, the movie with Ben Affleck, I felt that Michael Clark Duncan was perfect to play.
Oh, I did
Kingpin.
too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though I was used to the Kingpin being white, but if you're going to go all out and try and find the perfect Kingpin, I felt he had the body, the size, and the strength to carry on the character. So there are certain choices that I can...
Yeah. Another problem is people got to remember that when all these books were created, it was usually around the 60s, the 50s, and a few in the early 70s. And it didn't matter if it made more sense to have someone of any kind of color. They made them white for 2 reasons. One, that was the
majority of the
back then. You had to make everyone white because that's what that's what
Okay.
America was supposed to do. That was the right way, and it was hard to make people that weren't straight up black or straight up white because of coloring in the books. They couldn't do well in the ink. You know, so those are the reasons why everyone's white. Because at the time, back in the day, that's who everyone was. And I mean, that wasn't really America back then, but they didn't want to see the real America back then. It's only in the early to mid 70s that started to change.
It's 6 episodes. Your brother's saying it's 6.
That's kind of short.
Yeah, that's even shorter than WandaVision, if that's the case. But and they're only 45 minutes apiece, huh? So
I don't know, but we'll find out.
yeah, we'll find out.
Because ain't Low Key supposed to start after this?
Yeah, supposedly, yeah. Don't forget, yeah, COVID affected them too, so maybe that's why they're shorter episodes too. That's why there are less episodes, maybe.
Well, no, they would just wait and finish it.
Yeah. Because they had to
That
reshoot,
bothers
yeah.
me too. That bothers me too when they change characters after the movies to fit the comic book narrative.
Yeah,
I really don't like that.
Yeah.
I really don't like when they try to put the movies universe into the comics. Like, nah, keep the comics separated. Like, you don't have to change everything to fit the MCU.
Yeah,
Keep
or they
it
introduced a
comic book.
character. Yeah, they introduced one that made their appearance in the movie.
He might be, because I'm not really looking forward to the Snyder Cut, to be honest.
Yeah, and the Snyder Cut's on the same Friday too. This is it. They come out the same Friday, the 19th.
Well, I'm not. I don't really care, but I will watch it just to see what they do differently because apparently they got the actors back to do some stuff, and there was a lot of footage that was changed. So it'd be nice to see what
supposedly
he was do.
there's like an hour and change that they cut completely out of it. So you never know. If they put that hour back in there, it might actually make the movie a little better.
Yeah, but 4 hours is just a bit too much to ask for to watch a movie.
Well, yeah, but they cut it. They cut it in 2 parts.
6 episodes.
Oh.
I just looked it up. It is 6.
Okay, so Winter Soldier's shorter. So that's mean Loki's gonna be even shorter than that then. 2 episodes.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not looking forward to it necessarily, but I will see it. Just
I'm curious. I'm just curious. Yeah, I'm just curious.
I'm curious if he learned his lessons from the other movies and did anything different, or is it more of the same? And that'll let me know if we should all be glad that they're through with the Snyderverse or not. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So just sheer curiosity and getting comic books. Movies that we haven't gotten over years, the reason I'll be watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'll still watch it.
Yeah,
but I'm going in with low expectations, and we'll see.
As long as we go in there with low expectations, we'll be surprised. If we go in there with high expectations, we're gonna be disappointed every time.
Well, because last work, Man of Steel and BVS, pure Snyder isn't going to work well. The same as what we got, but it is curious to see how he would have done it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then again, like I said, Wonder Woman 84 disappointed me. So.
Yeah, it did. That my buddy had to stop watching it after the beginning, and there were 2 big things that I didn't like about it, and one was she just basically rapes a dude. I mean, when you think about it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, right. And then the bad guy's choice is that everyone on Earth has to do away with their wish, or you have to kill him. And they're like, okay, we get everyone to do away with their wish. There is no way on this Earth everyone would just do away with their freaking wish.
Mm-mm.
That makes no sense. It is stupid. I don't care how great Wonder Woman is. There is always that one dude that's going to be like, nah, I'm keeping my car, or whatever you wish for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not everybody's going to give it up.
Yeah, because a lot of people would have wished for their parents to be back or their, something like that, and nobody's going to give that up.
Yeah, but no, Wonder Woman's so great. Everyone on Earth, literally, according to the movie, gave it up. No.
Yes, I'm more hyped for Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, and he's finally probably going to get called King Kong. Yeah, Mortal Kombat 2. And they're probably finally going to call him King Kong instead of Kong.
Well, I think that they're going to have him, at least during part of the movie, defeat Godzilla, because Godzilla is the king of the monsters. That was the subtitle of one of the movies. And that's how he's going to get the moniker King Kong.
Right.
And then I don't know what will happen in the next half, but that's how I bet he gets his name, King Kong.
Yep. Because he's only been called Kong so far, so he hasn't been called King Kong yet. So
I will say that they might be a Mecha Godzilla involved in this.
There is.
Because even that trailer, I was like, man, Kong is getting way too much offense, man.
Yeah.
It made it seem like Kong was going to win, so I'm like, there's got to be Mecha Godzilla in this. Yeah, I am hyped, man. I can't wait to watch that movie.
Yeah.
And then when Mortal Kombat come out,
man, that's
I'm excited for that. I'm excited for Shang-Chi too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Puff, I invited Kyle Walker.
All right.
So, the man from New Zealand.
Wait, so
always nice to see him.
what does that mean? You forwarded the thing, or does Puff have to send it?
No, I sent it to him.
Oh, okay.
I want to get Kyle's insight on X-Men because he's
he's
got a complete series, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's only missing 4 issues.
He got number 1, didn't he?
No, that's one of the ones he missed.
Oh yeah,
he's going to get that. He said this year, I think, or next year. I haven't talked to him about it in a while.
Yeah, well, we'll talk to him about it now when he pops in.
But yeah.
Isn't it really late over there? It's like nighttime, right?
No, it's morning.
Oh,
like early in the morning.
What is the current time in New Zealand?
The time in Wellington, New Zealand is 10 a.m. on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
In the near future, too.
Yeah, and on a Sunday.
Team up.
Yeah.
What? Are you kidding me?
What? No.
Directed by who?
It was not directed by M. Night Shyamalan. It was directed by the director who directed the last one.
Yeah.
I can't help but think of the Imagination Land episodes of South Park where they're like, get M. Night Shyamalan, M. Night Shyamalan. I can't say it, and Mel Gibson winds up saving the day. That's great.
Oh, greatest plot twist ever. Come on, man.
Greatest plot twist would be Mechagodzilla.
No, the greatest twist would be he learns karate and does that flying kick where he's on his tail, like in that movie from the 70s.
Yeah.
Oh, man, them Godzilla marathons got me through a lot of times as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, I learned that the studio, the Toho that owns Godzilla, they were very unhappy with the 1998 Godzilla movie.
Yeah,
they were.
It wasn't all that great.
That shouldn't even been called Godzilla.
Yeah, but they didn't want it to lose money, so they went ahead with it. And then what they did a few years later, after rights and everything reverted back to Toho, is that they made a movie where Godzilla fights all the characters of his past, and they have the Godzilla from 1998.
Yeah.
and he's just called Zilla because he doesn't get the God part in there. He's just Zilla. And he comes up against Godzilla. He whacks him with his tail into the Sydney Opera House, atomic breaths him, and destroys him in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, he didn't even last.
No.
Didn't even last. Must mean Godzilla Final Wars, yep.
Yeah. Later, man.
Later, man. Yeah, we talked about it on Varangian stream earlier about the Godzilla 98 movie. And he's like, that's the movie we shall not talk about.
So let's bring it back to Mortal Kombat, man, because I am excited for that movie.
Yeah.
Because while the first movie was great, it was a 90s movie, so it looked horrible.
Well,
Yeah.
and then Duncan MacLeod was Raiden, so, or was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
he was. He was Highlander was Raiden.
We shall dare not talk about the sequel because that shit doesn't even exist to me.
Yeah, the sequel was horrible.
No, but I like how this one how Jax gets his arms in this one though. It explains how. Yeah, that I like.
That is great.
The fact that they showed it off at the beginning of the trailer was pretty surprising, but it was pretty awesome too.
Yeah.
And they actually Christopher Lambert, thank you. And they actually showed us like a fatality. Like they're going to have like fatalities in the movie. That is awesome.
Yes. Which was something that the first movie lacked. Like two blood cut spilling fatalities.
I mean, James Wan wrote it. I'm not surprised. Well, James Wan helped with it, so I'm not surprised. You know what I mean?
You would think that having a movie where there's a character called Goro that's super strong and has 4 arms, you would get some sort of fatality-like thing. But no, they didn't do that in the first movie. So hopefully we'll have some good stuff in this one.
I think what was it? Jade's in it, and a couple other ones are in it. Like
Jade.
I know. I'm excited to see Godzilla on IMAX, not IMAX, Dolby Digital. I'm excited to see it in Dolby.
Yeah, I think they showed Melina, but she was like hiding her face.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
I don't think we got to see Goro, and I don't think we got to see Baraka.
Yeah. Oh no, we did see. I think they gave you a quick glimpse of them, but they didn't show you completely.
Yeah, then it was Shao Kahn that we didn't see.
Yeah, Shao Kahn is the one we didn't see. But they said they actually found locations that look like Outworld. So they didn't actually CG Outworld. They actually found locations that actually look like that.
All you got to do is go to like Iceland or someplace
right.
with volcanoes recently cooled.
New Zealand, they like going to New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and Varangian's right. It's officially R-rated, so that means
at least it's an R and it's not PG-13 like the last two.
Mortal Kombat. There's no way it was going to be. There was no way it was going to be PG-13 when they saw that fatality on the trailer.
Yeah.
Well,
and it was a Red Band trailer, anyways.
It's understandable that they did PG-13 back in the day because it was just children and young teenagers from back in the day that were really wanting to watch it. Now we've grown up.
Yeah.
So we can
now we're all adults, yeah. But it'd be interesting to see because
he mentioned Detroit, I'm assuming for Outworld.
That's messed up. Roman Curtis live in Detroit. And he seemed like he doing all right.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's funny.
So I got a video where I unboxed this that'll release later, but I thought I'd show this to you guys. Superman Adventures number 5.
Nice.
First live wire, but check this out.
Newsstand.
Nice.
Newsstand. We're gonna see what she grades out at.
So you're gonna be doing another submission soon?
As soon as I get either my COVID money or my tax return money. When I get one of them, I plan on doing a submission, yes.
I want to do another one, but the amount of books that I actually have either there or in the route there, I'm not sitting anymore until I start getting some books back.
Yeah. I still haven't got my Vampy 3 back that's graded yet. And they said 1 to 2 weeks, and I still haven't got it back yet.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
I got
this
40,
one.
I got 46 set to the side.
First appearance.
I'm only going to do. Oh, that's cool.
Nice. Got that on the IG claim sale. What did I get for?
Nice.
$30.
That's pretty decent.
It's like a 9.4 plus. So.
But I got 46 set to the side. I'm going to send 25 for a pre-screen. Wait on the others and send stuff that needs to be pressed.
Mm-hmm.
And then wait, and then send those maybe in the next month or so.
Yeah, just they're so behind that they made an IG post about it.
The only reason they're so behind is they keep doing these damn
signings.
Those damn signings, and then they use everybody.
I'm doing CBCS.
But I'm just saying they're doing everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody and their mom coming to CGC to do these special signings because there's no cons, and these guys are coming to.
And they need the money because Clayton Crane's doing another one. He's coming back in May.
Well, hey, once the cons start coming back at the end of the year.
Well, May 30th, Memorial Day, there's supposed to be a little con here, and then I was surprised to see like Eric Basaluda, Ebast coming, and then these other guys come. I'm like, and I'm like, huh? They're coming?
He's coming from the West Coast?
Yeah.
Well, where else are they gonna go?
Yeah, but
I'm saying they still locked down in the West Coast in terms of not doing cons. That he got to fly over the floor to do one.
They're not locked down from doing cons. They're like, well, they're all locked down from doing cons. They're not locked down like they used to be because they actually I think they're about to open up movie theaters with 25% capacity if they haven't already. So they're slowly opening stuff up in California, but like they're not going to have a convention, yet. You know.
But we got one, Huntsville, Alabama, April 9th through 11th. You can buy your tickets. Come on down. Got great people there. It is happening.
Yeah, we
I'm
got
gonna
a
look how
bunch of
long a
them.
drive that is from me, because I might just do that one day.
Well, Florida's closer to you anyway.
I'm talking about the Huntsville, Alabama.
New Orleans, Louisiana to Huntsville, Alabama.
Flights from New Orleans to Huntsville leaving May 6th and coming back May 10th.
I didn't ask for flights. I didn't say anything about it. Shut up with the flights. I did not mention flights. It even has it as the drive time, and it's mentioning flights to me.
So what's the drive time say?
What's the drive time say?
From New Orleans to Huntsville, it says here 440 miles, 6 hours, 18 minutes.
Okay.
So half day. But yeah, we got plenty of hotel room, obviously. It's going to be a good convention. We got Jim Shooter, Arthur Sidem, Michael Golden, Rags Morales, Sam De La Rosa, and a bunch of other people. Jason David Frank is going to be there.
That's a lot of people for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we also have every vendor position is sold out. So it'll be full.
I'm surprised Texas hasn't done one yet.
Yeah, and I've shown you guys all those Silver Age FF I had at one time. I paid less than $10 at them at that convention. My 9.8 newsstand ASM Annual 16 that I sold for $500. I bought it there for less than $20.
Yeah, then that book's like over 1,000 now.
So yeah, come on down, wear a mask, and
have hand sanitizer.
Actually, they have sanitized stations spread out through the thing, extra long aisles, huge space for the amount that we're doing. So yeah, so come on down. We've got hotel space. I think they have rooms in the host hotel still available, but even if not, then look at Priceville, Alabama, Hartsville, Alabama. They have hotels right at the interstate. Plenty of room.
Oh, I hope. I will be in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, June 26th through July 3rd. So I don't know if anybody,
Yeah, we'll hit you up. Yeah, Steve and then probably hit you up.
Yeah, I'll be out there for about a week. My daughter's birthday. We're gonna celebrate my daughter's birthday, and just that'd be like our first vacation in like a year and a half. So. Yep, we were supposed to go to Los Cabos, Mexico, and canceled that obviously, and then used our flights because we had free flight. Not really free; we paid for them beforehand, but used our vouchers to go there. Yeah, out there trying to dig in some of you guys' honey holes.
Yeah.
Has Waka arrived?
I don't know. He said he looked at the message. I don't know what happened. I don't even know where my phone's at to see. Where is my phone? Oh, there it is.
Man, I was watching the auction last night that Comic Head had, and he had the Wolverine limited series, the whole limited up for sale, and that thing amazed me by selling raw for over $300.
Wait, what was it?
Wolverine
last night, the Wolverine limited series. It sold for over $300 raw
on hit. What
on Comic Head 84's channel?
God, you know how much that set for sold on another auction?
No,
$100 at the same time.
Yeah,
not the same time, but the same did yesterday.
But
on 3 Minutes Basement had a set. I don't know the condition of either or, but that's a big disparity unless the other one's falling apart.
9496 is what we were probably looking at on Comic Head.
Yeah, so it must be the other one must have been like a 7.0 or something. That must have been super low. Yeah, because
all I know is that shocked me, but then again, it didn't, because I found out recently that I'm going to have to buy raw and get graded to get my 9.8 of that Wolverine #1 because it's selling for $700 right now.
The way to go now is hunting and or IG claim sales, getting stuff raw. Like like graded. What's happening is with the graded stuff, besides us collectors in the comics who buy graded stuff, people who collect cards, basketball cards, baseball cards, all those the card collectors, they are getting into comics because it's another form of investment. But they want, just like PSA 10 is the highest, they want 9.8s. Unless it's the old book, then they want as high as they can get on the old book. But modern books, they want 9.8s, and they are pumping those prices because that's what they want. They're gonna pay up for it because they look at the census, and and they look at print counts. They look at a lot of stuff. I've been finding out a lot about these card collectors, just getting back into it. And when they see, oh man, this, they might have 50,000 copies of this book, but only 500 or 9.8. They're like, that's a low population in a 9.8. That's what, stuff like that. They look at that type of stuff and they pay up for it, and they're gonna make you pay up for it because they're buying them.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing that makes me more mad though is that I bought it. I had two. I had a 9.6 and I had a 9.8 of this thing, and I thought at the time, well, I'll keep the 9.6, sell the 9.8. It's worth money. I sold it for like $300, which is what it was going for at the time. Now I've decided, after revamping what I'm collecting, I want a 9.8 of this thing, and now it's selling for $700.
Mm-hmm.
Made me so mad at myself. So this one's getting graded. We'll see what happens, and then with it, this one. So we'll find out. Yeah,
it's. I've been talking to people about it. I said the comic market is starting to get. We're starting to get into. Some of us has really good, a lot of actually not some, a lot of us have certain books that are really expensive when you do the research.
Yeah.
And we're starting to get to a point where it's life-changing money.
Yeah.
I'm just, we're getting to a point life-changing money for certain books. And I joked around and said, we're in the end game now.
Yeah.
But it's like, because at a certain point, I love a lot of my books. The last thing I would ever sell is a Turtles book, but it's starting to get to a certain crazy price. Well, it's like I could buy a house and a car with my collection.
You can buy a house, a car, and the book back if you wanted to.
And so restart the collecting back.
Yeah.
Or I could go on vacation. I could buy a house, car, and go on vacation.
Yeah.
I never would have thought that giant size X-Men 1 in the grade that I have would be over $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would have never thought that. I would have thought it stayed around 3,000.
A raw copy of the Vampy 1 magazine, 4.5, a raw one. Somebody bought it for 9 something, and then you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Man, my problem is I've always had the seller's mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Buy low, sell high as you can. And I've had that mindset for the past 20 years.
Not a bad thing.
It means I hardly ever lose money, but it means I'm buying and selling stuff like my Hulk 181, buy it for $350, sell it for $400. It was about a 7.0. If I had it now. ASM 300, mint condition. Sold it for $100. That was a little over what it was going for back in the day. Oh, if I had it now. I can't tell you how many stories I have like that.
We can go we can go back and forth with the stories.
Yeah.
Big one. Look, I don't even have to go back and forth with the stories. I'll just start showing my old Instagram posts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
That's 292s of the Tomb of Dracula 10. 292s. This is not including the one I have now. The one I have now is new. So I would have had 3. So that's 2 of those. I had this Green Lantern, the first Sinestro, signed by Joe Gala in a 6.0. Let's go down the list. Like I said, I can keep going. You can't really see that one. I had this book. I didn't know it was gonna blow up like it did. It never did before, and she was in movies.
That book, the X-Men #4, I had a chance to buy that at I think a 5.0 for $1,200.
I had a 5.5 of that. Look at this book. I wish, and I'm getting back into Submariner. I had a 9.4.
Yeah.
9.4. That's how I keep all my old posts. Oh, I didn't know Mephisto was gonna jump up crazy like it did.
Man,
Yeah,
I
7.5.
sold a raw copy of First Mephisto for $5. It was a mystery.
129, 8.5. Oh, here we go. Oh, Silver Star. Who wanted Captain America, the Silver Age? Oh, I didn't. I never thought about that.
I did the same thing. Batman Beyond #1 sold it for $500. It's at $1,000 now.
Yeah, even yeah.
16.
But it's hard. It's hard to predict.
Yeah.
These books keep continuing to go up. Like you saw it at a lower price, and then the next thing you know, it's $1,000 book within a year or two, and it's like it's hard to predict that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But look at what me and Hudad are telling all these stories of how we wish we had these now.
7.5.
But we're not telling you is that I'm assuming Hudad, you either broke even or made a profit on every.
I made profit on all of them. All of them shown. I didn't lose anything or even broke even.
It's just that. Oh, if I could have it now, I would have made so much more.
I would have retired if I'd have kept everything. To have it now, I would have. Look, I had 2 5.5s. Daredevil 1. I would have retired.
Hey.
Oh, and here's the man, Mr. White Gloves.
Look at that.
Hello, guys.
First Doctor Doom.
Steve wanted it. Steve wanted that book.
I've always.
And it's so funny. What's so funny about the Doctor Doom and a 5.5? I broke GPA record. It wasn't on GPA at the time. I sold it for more than 1,000 at the time that it was going for off of eBay on PayPal. So it was only 3% fee.
Dude, I broke a record with my ASM 300. It was a 4.5, and I broke a record for it when I sold it.
I got the one I just picked up. I had a 6.0 that, come to find out, was never pressed and clean, and somebody pressed and clean and got it to a 7.
That FF1, I always wanted that book, was never able to get it.
A 9.2 of Green Lantern, and I had an 8.0 as well, but I skipped that one because I figured I wanted to show the 9.2.
Talk to DS Comics, he's got a 1.8.
Well, that FF1 was always expensive, even in the 70s. I mean, it was like $1,000 or well, not 1,000. It was like it was up there, and I couldn't. It was always out of my reach.
In case people don't believe I had it. That's one I had to take a picture of. I said, just in case people didn't believe I had it.
What's up, the Splash Page and Kyle Walker? Thanks for joining, guys.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Oh, we're live.
I didn't know that.
So, hey, Kyle, tell us stories about X-Men #4. What do you think of that thing going crazy now? You're the X-Men expert.
I really want that book, but I'm bit nervous about trying to get that book at the moment. It's crazy about X-Men 4.
Unless somebody AOKs him that book.
Kyle was so worried about getting the X-Men 1 and everything. He was saying that's going to be the hardest book to get.
Nope.
And then if the community didn't throw a monkey wrench in that and do this X-Men 4, now he's got 2 that's going to be hard to get.
Yeah, now I've got 2. I've got 3 to go. I've got 3 books to go. So I've got
the entire run.
Yeah, 1, 3, and 4.
Biggest book I probably had in my collection besides the AF-15. 5.0.
But in saying that, I will get them.
See, that's why I don't sell my books, Russell. Yeah. That's why I don't sell my books.
But the thing is, I'm thinking about what could have been now, but I didn't lose any money on anything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
But you could have gained more if you had kept them now.
Oh yeah, of course. Just like if I would have, if instead of buying into Bitcoin now, I could have had more, back then. I got, but it's just, I mean, if I would have had,
what should have done, or
at the end of the day, if you're a person that kind of sells and collects, as long as you make a profit or break even, you did well.
Yeah,
exactly. yes, if I would have had my 7 Hulk 181s and all this other stuff, you'd be like, hey, damn, who that's always? I'd be like these other guys who make content every day because I would be retired. I'd be retired because I would have sold my Hulk 181s, and my 3 extra giant sizes, and all these other books, and I'm like, have 500,000 plus in the bank, and I can make a mix, and I have a studio making good content.
I'm like who that, man. I've been collecting. I mean, of course, Splash Page put us all to shame, but I've been collecting for 20 years and selling for 20 years. If I had all the books that I had and sold them now at these prices, I could be retired. I'm not even 40.
Well, and see, I could be the stupidest one out there in the community by not selling my books. Then when I get ready to retire, they could drop in price dramatically to where I'll still make a profit, like Houdat said. But I could make a huge profit right now. But am I not selling now, making a mistake, or am I really doing good by holding off, and then I decide to sell my big books and retire when in 5-6 years?
It depends. The major keys, they're going to be worth as much as they are now, or maybe more. But that's the major keys. It's all the minor keys and the non-key books,
right?
That are probably going to crash.
Yeah.
It's
a lot of those minor and semi-minor keys I bought for cover price. Like my Spider-Man 300, picked all 4 of them off the stand for cover. And there's books
I love that he considers. I love that he considers that book a minor key when other people think that's a grail. I just I gotta clap on that.
When you got 4 of them, my major keys are my AF-15. My
I know what a major key is. But, for other people, that's their especially if they collect Venom or Spider-Man. That's the one they wanted. And I had a ASM 300 too. I had a 9.6 newsstand. At the time, it was only like $400.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that all of a sudden now that book, I don't know what a newsstand in a 9.6 goes for, but it probably was $2,000 maybe at least. Probably more.
But to collect comics and do well, you only need to do 2 things: be financially responsible, have your house in order. And remember, as long as you're willing to have patience, focus, and sacrifice, you can
hold
get
it for a
any
little
book
bit.
you want, no matter what price it is. If you aren't willing to have the amount of patience, the amount of focus, or the amount of sacrifice it takes, that's okay. Just recognize it and move on to something else.
Now, Big Will, you forgot the golden rule: take care of your comics.
That's a given. If you're a collector, you ought to take care of your comics.
I guess since we're live, I need to turn and make my presence known.
Yeah.
I hate it when people, and they got a whole show nothing but, icons, and I'm like, I want to see somebody. And here I am doing the same thing. I apologize. I didn't mean you, Steak Puff.
He didn't mean you, man. You've been on an hour and a half with your face. You're good.
Well, see, Kyle told me, he said, let's go on over here. And I went over there. I thought y'all were in the backstage, and I'm sitting here. Are we live?
It was so funny. We're live, but it's
show live.
We're just talking basically, and that's why I love Stay Puft Show on the Saturday, man. It's basically it's almost like free range, but it's organized.
I was watching earlier, and me and Kyle went in and set up the StreamYards for my show later on, and he said, "Well, let's go over there. They're still chatting." And I was like, okay, but I was in here earlier.
I didn't realize either Splash that we were live and then you said.
I'm glad I didn't say something I regretted.
Well, hey, Mr. White Gloves, I can tell you right now, if you're for real going to think about retiring in 5 years and selling off stuff, that's probably going to be a more perfect time, because by then we'll, if not have the X-Men and FF, we'll know when they're probably going to be coming. And prices will be about where they are now, if not higher.
Yeah.
Well, I think higher anyways.
I say that, but
that ain't happening.
It's hard. It's hard as hell trying to get him to sell books he doesn't care about.
That's right.
DC books. We try to get him to get rid of the books that he doesn't care about, You know, so I think once we break the mold and chip away at that, then he can get to other books that he doesn't care about. You know, later. You know, that's how I feel. If you don't care about it at all, you're just taking up space of books you could get, and you're holding up money of books you could get.
Now, I don't see the space thing because I'm building space.
Well, you live in Texas. I'm talking about us regular folks. I'm talking about us regular folks.
I'm a regular folk too. I'm just live on a strict budget and want to do with that money what I want to do. I mean, you don't know how many books I've seen. The Golden Age stuff, $2,500 for a Marvel mystery comic in a 6.0 or 2,500, and I'm like, man, I could sure take that out of the account and I could buy that book if it just come down just a little. Of course, it was fairly priced anyway, but I'm a little cheap on that. I want to get the best price I can. But I go, nope. I got a barn to build. I can't touch that money. I can't do that. You know, I'm just,
yeah. But, man, as far as room, I got burned back in the day, so I'm not a run collector anymore. But if I was, I've got a whole area in the house. I could probably fit 100,000 comics.
Oh, wow.
So I've got the room, but I'm not a run collector because back in the day, I got sick, lost my job, had a lot of medical stuff to pay. So I sold off all my collection, including my Wolverine run. And the problem with back in the day, like 10 years ago and the Wolverine run, is there's only 4 books. Actually, there's only 3 books people care about. Now there's 4 books people care about in the Wolverine one. That's 1, 8, and 10. And now people are starting to care a little bit about number 2. And that's it out of 189 issues. So I wound up selling about 150 issues for $50. That's all I could get.
Yeah.
I'm never collecting a run like that again. Of course, I say that, and I'm working on the Lois Lane run, but it's not. I'm not chasing the run. There's history in there. There's other stuff. Plus, I'm not worrying about the grade.
Yeah. Well, say I've been a run collector for 47 years.
Yeah.
And now I'm going right back, and I've noticed I'm starting my second run of the same title.
All right, John, and and I want to say this, and I'm happy you're here, Splash, because I got you in here. This is your intervention. This is your intervention. This is your because look, this is why I'm saying this is your intervention. Tell them how many runs of Immortal Hulk do you have?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yes.
5, possibly 6.
Oh boy,
that's what I'm trying to say, guys. This is an intervention. Yeah, who wants to start on his intervention?
So that means he got multiple copies.
Thanks a lot, Russell. I appreciate that.
Or he'll forget. He'll go to the store and he'll forget.
You know, I love you. I've known you a long time, and I'm joking. But I'm just joking around because hey, you got them for cover price. That's all I'm gonna say. You got them for cover price.
I have a problem.
It's a good problem. I have to say it. It's a good.
It's almost like the Venom run. I think I got 4 or 5 complete runs of the Venom, the Donny Cates stuff when it came out.
Is that slowing down at all? That Venom.
It ain't when I'm buying.
No. He's. I know Donny Cates is getting off of the run.
Yeah, he's getting off of the run, but
those key books are still pricey. Yeah. Those key books are still pricey. You know, so I make jokes about it, but I don't have 4 runs. Like if so if the price even goes even higher, I can't even point. This guy's did well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of these channels, they speculate on these certain books, and I get what they're trying to do by speculating, but I have no need to take their advice. I just buy them all, and I'm covered.
Yeah.
So,
and then you buy what you like. You buy what you like.
You buy them all. How many? What's your deal with Strange Academy?
I don't have very many of them. I've got I don't have a complete run of that, the newer book, but I did get what was it, Russell, the one I sent off for and got the signed copy and.
Oh, you got the Scotty Young exclusive. He got the Scotty Young store exclusive that we end up getting before it sold out.
And I bought 2. Was it 2 or 3 of them? But I bought
you bought more than 2. You bought like 3. And I think you wanted 1 signed, and you got 2 signed.
Yeah, at the same price for the, without paying for the signed one. I got one through. I guess he ran out, and I had that order, and he threw in a signed one for free, and everything. I don't know how it worked, but I was like, I didn't order 2 of these signed. So I'm not going to argue with the guy.
Nope.
But yeah, Strange Academy, I probably got about probably 4 or 5 books. It just didn't do it for me there at the time. I was reading it; it was all right read, but I had too many other things going on. I mean, I dip myself. I'm doing more of this. If you go over and watch what I pick up on Wednesdays, my shows are on Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my stuff is Silver Age and Bronze Age that I'm still going back and picking up again. And then I put it in inventory and I go, crap, I already got that damn book.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
That's not the problem. The problem is you don't then say, well, it looks like I got to sell this extra. You're like, well, I got 2. Might as well.
That ain't a problem.
I've been trying to get
We've been all trying.
and then it's his trading card. He's got stamps and trading card boxes sealed, and they're going for a bit at the moment. We've been trying to get him to sell those too.
Yeah, I've been offered $2,200 for that Marvel Series 1 box, and I got 3 of them.
Yeah,
and I bought them for like 20. I bought them when they come out. And everything.
Yeah, imagine if White Gloves came out with a mystery box himself. Mr. White Gloves mystery box. Imagine that, man.
You know, Jeff, you talk about that. I am at the moment getting things together to make a mystery box kind of prizes to give away on my show.
Yeah,
they're not gonna have comics in them. You think I'm stupid? No, they ain't gonna do that. But they're gonna have other stuff in them, that pertains to comic books. It'd be something like, oh, cool, this is cool. Maybe I'll give you a little hint. Maybe a coffee mug, maybe a pair of white gloves, and stuff like that. They'd be in a nice little box. I ain't giving away my damn comics. You think I'm a fool?
That's a pair of white gloves.
Hey,
that's amazing.
I may get my grandmammy to stitch splash page on the back of them. I don't know.
Awesome,
you think I can get my comics away in them boxes? You got to be ever loving mine.
No, I know you're not, but it'd be imagine if it was a Mr. White Gloves mystery boxes. But you could charge whatever you wanted.
It should be free to give away.
I know that, but I'm saying if you came out with a mystery box, you could charge whatever you want, dude. Perillo's charging $350 for a mystery box. So
yeah. See, I would kind of, if I did that one mystery box from that girl that got sent out and that was just sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think it's somebody, because if that's one of the main reasons I don't buy mystery box, because I'd get DC.
Me too.
I'd get pissed off.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't.
Nothing there's something wrong with DC.
Yeah.
I'm a Marvel collector.
I'm too poor to buy mystery boxes.
I want to know what the hell I get. I don't want it to be a surprise. Because there's some Marvel books that might be good, and
I don't want any DC in my mystery box.
You might get a mystery box full of Rob Liefeld's Youngblood run.
I'd be pissed off.
Since we're speaking of mystery boxes, I still have 3 left of my mystery boxes I'm trying to sell.
Here I am banging on mystery boxes, and he's selling. That's just me, though. I'm like that.
I'm not a mystery box buyer either, so you're not the only one.
Hey, I can tell you right now, don't buy one of mine because you won't like it. It's $40 books, and then half of the 8 have a prize. So it's basically a 50-50 shot of getting a nice book, and I'm mainly just getting rid of stuff.
Well, that's part of it. That's just part of the gamble of buying the mystery boxes. You can't make every box, count and everything. I mean, that's like playing poker. Some people gonna win, some people gonna lose. But the house always wins.
That's like when people were paying for all those Spider-Man mystery boxes for the grand prize. I'm like, that's a lot you gotta pay for that one grand prize, and you'd be even lucky to get that grand prize.
Yeah.
The money you guys were paying for that damn grand prize, you could have bought the damn grand prize with the money you guys paid
like,
for it.
I think it's $30 or $35 for 5 books.
Right.
And then you might get a prize, you might not. So if it's not too bad if you're like me and you would get them all graded and sell them for like $40 shipped, you make yourself a little bit of money. But aside from that, it's just a bunch of variants.
Well, see, I get pissed off when I buy the Walmart books and the 3-packs, and I get see the first cover. Ooh, then I'd get the other 2, and I go like, damn. You ain't buying no more of them. Piss me off.
I've seen those people doing videos of the Walmart mystery.
I did a video. I got 2 more back there. That last time I went back, I bought 2 more of them packs. I said, by golly, I took the display too. I said, I'm going to get some back.
I'm glad we don't have Walmart here. I'd be broke. I'd be buying those.
I got the little box display. What's that?
Ka-chung right there at the bottom. What do you think about that?
I buy a mystery box over a raffle. At least you're walking away with something. Well, that's true. True. I'd buy a box, but it wouldn't be mystery. I said, lay out your damn comic books and let me go. All right, I want those right there for that amount.
Yeah, I would never do a raffle. I have yet to do a raffle.
Nope, I haven't done a raffle either.
I smartly retired from raffles when I won my books. Like, I got ASM 129, ASM 300. I got a Crisis, Death of Flash, and I think there was another book I got. And I was like, all right, I'm pulling out because I played those raffle games. Yeah. When you lose, you ain't getting nothing in return, so you just lose money.
Yeah.
So
you was like Seinfeld. You quit while you was hot.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. I was on a win streak, and I was like, let me walk out.
Or you were Jared Clower. When you hot, you hot.
I tell you somebody that was real lucky on here, and I don't know where the hell he went. He just jumped off.
His computer started lagging. He said,
"Oh yeah, who that got real lucky right there? Real lucky on raffles. Man, he was bringing in some books.
Yeah, how about looking at the sound? It's kind of like
you're still lagging.
Yeah, you're still lagging.
But I don't care what Chad RCG says. I still think of Huda as the king of the mystery boxes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did the raffles too, man. He was lucky on a lot of them, man. And I'm the type of person, if I go on a raffle, somebody's got to lose in a raffle. It would be me every time. It's just the way it is.
And
it would be me.
And me.
JB has a unique way of doing raffles. He saw one that had.
He buys all 10 spots. That's what he does.
He bought all 10 spots on it.
That's why he got that stack of packages all inside.
Yeah, you got them stacked to the ceiling, man. He's been going crazy over the Star Wars. Have you seen that? He's got like 5 different copies of each one, man. And he keeps on opening packages. And I'm like, damn, bud, I hope the Star Wars market don't crash.
He's trying to keep up with you. That's what it is. He's got to get that amount of books.
He's doing it on purpose. Go ahead.
JB has a special segment on this show when he comes on here and he open up boxes, man.
I know.
I love it when he comes. I'm like, man, you had those boxes sitting there. And when he did the room tour, I'm like, wait a minute. I thought you had 1 stack. You got like 3 stacks of packages.
And some of those packages are like 6-8 months old. I said, man, if he ever buys from somebody, they can say, I'm just going to send him whatever, and he'll never know because he'll sit over there for 8 months.
Yeah.
I warned him about that. I said, man, I got to open them packages and make sure it's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I would. He must have a memory like an elephant.
Yeah, but he buys it when he's half of the time when he's drunk. He'll forget.
No, don't tell him. Don't go on what do you call those shows on TV when you've been drinking? I had a buddy that bought a big, huge gift box from a knife show. They got like 400 knives, and he didn't remember getting them. And they were all cheap knives. He's trying to sell them all over town. Yeah, he was drunk when he did that.
That's why you don't go on the auctions when you're drunk.
Yeah.
Buying stuff
you didn't want, or that's a good price. Buy.
I mean, I'll check your phone later on. Oh, gee,
yeah.
No, I'm not impaired.
JB got so many packages that he can say, I ain't gonna open them up, but I'll just send them out as AOKs or hey, package, pay me this and I'll send it out, man.
Yeah.
It'd be a true mystery box. He wouldn't even know what's in them.
I don't know. We should put that up to him, see if he'd go for it.
Yeah, we should.
Be like, what are you giving?
A prize. Pick a number. That's the package you get, and we're going to have a contest for it. I don't know what's in it.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
What books did you say you're missing in your X-Men run? You're down to 3?
Yeah, number 1, number 3, and number 4. So
1, 3, and 4. I mean, that's awesome.
Look at that set there, man. Collection there.
I got this as an act of kindness the other day by, I don't know if you know comic fan Joe. He used to do YouTube videos a while back. So he sent me this from California, I think he is, in just the other day because I needed this book. So that was really nice of him.
Yeah,
that's a nice book.
I noticed you got all the Ross X-Men variants.
Yeah. Just the mutant ones and Thor because I'm a big Thor.
Yeah, I did. Obviously, I didn't stop with just the mutants.
So yeah,
he's got a whole wall full.
And then just the Marvel Legend characters behind them. I'm sort of just building a wee empire of Marvel Legends. Don't know where I'm going to put the rest of them when I get more, but it's fun at the moment.
Big Will's got the lineup of the battle against Thanos.
Oh, cool!
Behind him, all those characters.
Yeah. That's a good display too. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you. They're called Snappets.
Yeah.
I know Will was happy to finally have a display behind him so he can come on the shows and have something behind him.
Yeah.
Everybody else had something behind them just about, and they look good. And I'm like, I have nothing good behind. No, I do. And I'm going to add to it as well. I got room to go up by at least a full comic. I think I'm going to do this corner, and then I can go out another 2 or 3 comics that way, and then I have this whole other wall that's blank over there.
So you can be filming on every side.
I've got the other Alex Ross variants and those Webhead Gleason covers for the Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
I don't have any of the first print, but the second and any future printings, any of those Gleason Webhead designs, I'm gonna put them up here too. I think
they just put out the blue
Ross and put them over there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they just put out that blueprint. And I think that's the third one.
Yeah, that's the third one. I got a red. I'll be getting the blue and the Venom and Carnage. My shop should be putting those.
Yeah, my shop got one of the first printing ones. It's sitting in the bookcase now.
Yeah, I used to put mine up, but I've got OCD about that. I don't put them up. I only display the reprints.
Oh yeah, man, you would not believe how well those sell graded. Just get you a 9.8. People like that because they're not going to get a 9.8 of the original, you know.
Yeah,
I just put them in my spinner rack over here, and I'm eventually getting them as I see them. I got a bunch more of them back there in the back, but I don't know what box they're in, and I ain't got the time to do it.
I'll buy them when I see them too.
I am very unorganized the last year. I had all the time in the world to organize that stuff. I was getting them in. I was doing good for a long time. And you get off for about a year and all your counts and your books are off. And you're like,
yeah, it's happened to me already.
So what's your best guess?
I only got half of what you get, less than what you get.
I know that now I'm up to, and now I'm keeping track by how many I buy through the year by how many bags and boards I buy. Because I buy the Mylars and Mylites by the 1,000. So now I'm up to about 35,000.
Yeah.
And I'm fixing to buy another 1,000 bags and boards.
Wow.
So how do you feel about like Reggie collects that level of 100,000 books?
Well, he's not centered on one title.
Yeah, well, you're not centered on one title either.
I mean, not title, company.
Yeah,
he collects
I
DC
know.
also.
Yeah.
But that's still more than double what you got right now.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
That's just
I mean, I
amazing
would
to me how
probably,
it
if I collected independent and DC and Image and all that, I'd probably have a lot more. But I just focused in on Marvel, and I mean, I would rather focus in on one spot, one company, than spread out. Because if I spread out, I wouldn't have near the collection in Marvel as what I would have.
Yeah.
So of that 35,000, how many do you think are DC or Image or non-Marvel?
I got 5 long boxes of Marvel. I mean, not Marvel, DC. I've got a couple of long boxes of
So
miscellaneous.
5 long boxes of DC would be around 1,000 books, depending on how you stack them.
Then I got some that I don't even know. Probably 3 long boxes. I have no idea what they are. All I know is they're not Marvel. They were bought with a collection. I've never went through them.
So that would be less than 5,000 books of the 35.
It probably
not Marvel.
2,000, probably 2,000 at the most.
Yeah.
I mean, I still discover comics back there that where'd this come from? I've done that a lot. Russell's seen this a lot, and so has Kyle. I mean, I'll go through there, and I didn't even know I had
and you go,
first.
We'll go through some books, and he goes, trying some DC books, and here's the first Swamp Thing.
That's what I was just saying. House of Mystery. I didn't know I had that book. I had no idea.
Okay. Oh, gee.
I got a bunch of Swamp Thing I was going through back there, and I thought, well, eventually I need to change the bags and boards on these.
Hey, that's one thing I love when I buy about buying a collection is you don't know what's in there.
Yeah.
You know enough to know if it's a good buy or not, but then it's fun digging in and seeing what you got.
And these books also, how I got them was somebody wants to sell a collection, all or none. You take them all. I'm not going to. I won't get rid of all of them. So I end up with these extra books, and I got a massive. I've never showed my massive collection of what do you call them? Where all the books are in together.
Binders?
No, not binders. The trades. Are they called trades?
Oh yeah, trade paperbacks.
Yeah, I got some of omnibuses of Star Wars when they first come out back there, and they're littler. They're littler than comic books.
Those are starting to get a lot of value now. Omnibuses.
Yeah. Oh, we got Boston Chris in the house.
There's Chris.
That's right. That's right. I've been to the broadcast studio. Here I am.
Well, you know that magazine Empire Strikes Back?
Yeah.
The one I didn't even know. I think it was Chris that was telling me that one was valuable, and I got it. It's been laying back there for 3 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been laying back there for 3 months, not even a bag. And I thought, what am I going to do with this?
Here's what you're going to do. You're going to go ahead. You're going to get a magazine, Mylar, and a board, and then you're going to take care of it. That's what you're going to do. Or you're going to sell it. One of the two.
I'm not a big Star. I got some Star Wars books back there that I found the other day. Didn't even know. One of them has the bunny rabbit on it.
Star Wars is the new thing. You got to check those out and see what they are.
I don't own a single Star Wars book.
He ain't selling any. You know that, Chris. He ain't selling anything. So there's no way.
I'll just hit up JB and say, "Hey, JB, hit Big Will up with an AOK of Star Wars books, man. He got like multiple copies of all of them."
He does.
You know good well if he does, they'll wind up being sold.
Yeah, he's got a lot of them, man. Every time he opens a box, I said, man, you went through the Star Wars craze, man.
He got 4 stacks.
His live streams, I just keep guessing Star Wars because I know I'm going to be right eventually.
Yeah. The odds are with you, Will. The odds are with you. Guarantee that. Guaranteed.
And he buys them half of the time drunk, so it's probably Star Wars.
Hey, so Chris, man, I know I've been following you since I've been watching the old JLS live streams, with him and Strictly Comics and stuff. So it's a surprise to see you on this show, man.
Oh, dude, like I just saw the link for StreamYard, so I was like, all right, let me hop in.
We're live, by the way. You know that, right? We're live.
We're live.
I can see the little thing telling me we're live.
Okay.
Just want to make sure you knew because I sure as hell didn't know.
No, that's why I was kind of hamming it up when I put all that Star Wars. I was like, oh, you mean this? Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, no, it's been a while since we did that, and I'm not sure if we'll get back into it because it was on Jesse's channel, so we're always down to go back to it, but it just depends on Jesse and everything else, like when that happens again. But that was fun stuff, man. I really enjoyed doing that, and it's been a long time since I've been on any kind of panel or live show other than going on the hunt and everything. But it's just a fun time.
You came close until Newbie bust out that giant size X-Fit.
That was dirty. I saw that and I was just like
I get to watch some of that. I watched some of that on the rewind. That was bad.
Watching live, and just anybody else, if you're watching the rewind, as soon as he puts the camera up, and I just go, oh, come on, I knew it. I was like, this is done. Mm-hmm. This is completely
because I was like, oh, you gonna win this, man? Because I was going for you most of the way.
Yeah.
I get back on there. I'm gonna win next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna battle this now. I got it figured out now.
No, you got a tag team member. You got me. You just tag me in, and I got you.
As soon as you said, "Oh, I got some slabs in," I'm like, okay,
anybody, but
you know what happened to it? I got false sense of security too, and he's like, "We pull out Lady J slab." I'm like, "I got that. That's no problem." And then all of a sudden I was like, all right, so if you just pull out that slab, the next one can't be that bad. And next thing I know, he pulled out the nuke. I'm like, oh my God, it's over. I get to throw my whole collection. I ain't gonna get anything close to that, so it's over.
But I voted for Thor.
I didn't even get into my big books and got defeated. And I was like, really?
Yep.
You got defeated with a Daredevil 1, didn't you?
Yeah. Who the heck?
That's what made Dr. Bang get mad. Dr. Bang is like, we'll see if this is rigged. That's why he put out the Captain America one. He's like, all right. He's like, vote against this.
I had Amazing Fantasy 15. I was going to throw up there too.
Yep.
And 8.0. That would have been sweet.
No, they didn't vote for me, so they didn't get see just a glance. I said, yeah, forget y'all.
That was awesome, man.
I'll just go chomp on soap or something. Blow bubbles at your, you know what? Nah, I enjoyed it. I had a good time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always fun. I mean, I still have yet to get my first win on there. It's coming though. I like just because as far as everything, it takes time and getting used to just how to approach it all and everything. But I'm like, trust me, like I'll get in there. I'll get my win soon. I have a feeling.
I only got one win, and I actually won the Hunt Championship on the It was a technicality because we had a draw on our final books, and I was like, I had a book, first appearance of Black Panther in German, a foreign book. It was against JD, and he had like a Conan book, and we had a tie. So we went to an extra round. I'm like, shit, I ain't prepared for this. So I just pulled out an Alvin book from the Silver Age. Alvin in the
Golden Age. Wasn't it Golden?
No, yeah.
Silver.
Oh,
and I pulled that out, and I won with that. I was like, shit, I ain't expect this.
Yeah.
You never know what they're going to vote for, man. You never know.
Was it us that got beat with the... Actually, no. I don't know if it was us that got beat with that newspaper. But, like, was it Captain Comics pull out... Captain Comics pull out...
Yeah.
I was just like a newspaper, like the Sunday Funnies. He's like, what? But this is like, Golden Age.
I was laughing.
What? I was like, man, okay.
Well, if Tony Sanders out there watching, man, it was a good show. And I tell you what, even though I had to hug my pillow for 3 nights and cry myself to sleep for losing, everything's good.
You got a tag match coming. You got tag matches coming. We can always tag in.
I retired.
I gotta go. We'll see y'all later.
All right, Will.
All right, Will. Thanks for joining.
Be live with you.
I had to retire because I dropped that daggum 2x4 on my foot. I said, nah.
The show in 2 weeks is going to be a big one, man. They're defending all the titles. So it's just like it's going to be like 4 title matches.
Smiley Tory going for all of them, man.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. She is going to be the destruction of Tony Sanders' channel because she's going to win every title, and then that'll be it.
You know what happens every title. You can everyone sits there and says like, oh, like she'll take it all and this and that. It's you can win them all, but it's hard to keep them. You know what I mean? Like when you're on top of that mountain, everybody wants to take you down just because it's not just, you know, to say I won and took a title. Like there's money behind it too. So it's just you know, people want
when he added the money, it like upped the stakes on being on the show.
Yeah. It's just like, you know, you want to win. You want that win real bad to just get yourself in there. So
does he only get that problem money? If I do it, it's only going to be on a Saturday. I'm only free Saturday to do it. So
you'll have a special event.
Yeah.
Does that money does he take that like in donations that he gets out, or is that coming out of his pocket?
I don't know.
It's eBay bucks, I think.
It's coming out of his pocket.
Maybe a little both.
He's buying eBay bucks, you know, and like have the cards. And when I won the #1 contendership, he just direct messaged me the code so I could use on eBay to purchase my book. And
would you get that money every time you win that title and you're defending it and you win?
If you win, you win.
Every time you go in and you win, you get that money.
That's why them tag titles are something.
Dang, that's where Biggie's been getting all his money for his book.
Think about it, man. It's a champion's advantage. You get in there, you win, you get paid for doing it. It's just like, okay. Like, of course I'll be back. I got a whole bunch of money to go and spend on something good.
Man, I use my money to get Captain America Silver Age, the one with the Hulk on the cover where he's chasing Bucky, the Jim Steranko cover. I used it against the wrong man because Unkind was the champ, Two Brothers Comics, and he had all the Steranko books in one sign. I was like, God, man, why I pulled this out? But but that was a book I was chasing because I loved that cover. Yeah. And I was like, I'm going to use this. But, man, I forgot Dustin got all those Steranko covers, man.
Yeah, man. That's the thing. Is it's like
you know, hey, look at Vigilante's comment. Hey, those two comments. Last two comments, he is being 100%. That's how it should be.
To
be honest,
certain disrespect, no way. Everybody respects her because they know straight out that she's gonna be, you know, the one that's tough to beat. Just because, you know, it's not just.
But he's being truthful, saying like the voting isn't fair. It's not. He's like not trying to be disrespectful to her. She even said
a lot. No disrespect.
No. But he said because she even said it on the show. If people paid attention, she said I just threw a book up there because she basically said I threw a book up there for him to win because I knew people were just going to vote for me.
Yeah. No.
That's basically what she said when she threw up the Harley Quinn book.
Yeah.
He basically said that if she that's why I said what I said in the chat, because like it doesn't matter what books I show. I could have got Hulk 1, ASM 1. I could have got all these books. She was going to win regardless, and that's what she was trying to make a point in saying.
Well,
and he said they voted for the wrong reasons. Exactly. Well, and she has great books and great personality and great persona,
She's playing a character too. That's why, you know, she's enhanced her, you know, and that's what they do in the rest. I can't go after these.
He got the fruity biter, so he can't.
I don't want to go too far in my show.
She is good because she knows she's not afraid. You know what I mean?
Kyle, you gotta go, Kyle.
Yeah.
See you later, Kyle.
See you later, guys.
See you later, Kyle.
Thank you very much.
All right, go take a walk.
Yeah, I've got to make my lunch and.
Okay, if you go outside and go walking, remember to look up. We might have something to talk about on the show tonight.
Okay, see you later.
Yeah.
Bye,
Kyle. So what I was saying is, no, she's good because she's happy to go ahead and mix it up with everybody, and she got books that, you know what I mean. So she's definitely someone can't just take lightly based on like
good people too.
Just got the books. Like no, she got books too. I mean, she's supposed to sign Mephisto last night. I signed first Mephisto.
And no disrespect, who that? Whenever you throw up a Namor book, I'm voting against that because I don't like that character. So I even said that.
Man, I've lost all respect for you now.
Yeah, but see, that's why I'm different. Certain books that I don't like at all. I if somebody has a book that I don't like, and I'm trying to think like Aquaman. If somebody has Aquaman, I don't like Aquaman. But if somebody chose Aquaman 1 and the other person shows a variant, a 1 in 10 variant, I'm sorry, I got to go with Aquaman, and I hate Aquaman because that's just That's how the game works. I don't care how much I hate a character. I'm not voting for a book that shouldn't even be on this hunt.
That's what I'm excited.
You know what I mean? That's my mindset. That's my mindset. I hate freaking Aquaman.
You know, I got to be true to myself. Everybody knows me in Marvel. I just wouldn't vote if it's a DC.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I like pretty much, you know, a little bit of all, just because I mean, I like some there's DC characters that I like a lot. There's I mean, I'm more Marvel than DC, but when it comes down to it, though, it's just, you know, I know that chasing Marvel keys you can kind of do. I mean, there's ones that are getting out of hand, but you can do that. But if you're like, you know, like I'm a big Batman fan, I'm a big Green Lantern fan.
Yeah,
Green Lantern,
those are hard.
You know, some of that's attainable, but Batman, forget it. Like especially if it's like, oh no, I want to get some, you know, big Batman keys. It's like, yeah, I hope you have a big bank account, because like first appearances of his Rogues Gallery. I mean, not even first Silver Age appearances of his Rogues Gallery is crazy. Some of them, like that first was it the Neil Adams Neil Adams Two-Face one. It demands a little bit of a price, you know, Ra's al Ghul and all that. But like those are expensive books. It's just, you know, so I think that when it comes down to it, I mean, there's good stuff all around. It's just that, you know, for people that don't have, you know, huge budgets, though, it's like, you know, you tend to see them, you know, in the Marvel area, and it's just like one of those things where, like, you know, I think Marvel characters are a little bit more relatable, which is why, you know, that's where I've found myself kind of collecting that way. But then also too, it's just like, can't afford some of that stuff and I never will be able to unless I hit the lottery. Then we'll be talking about, you know, some other books. But other than that, though.
And Vigilante, I agree with that. I do hope Tori don't start getting hate. Yeah, because everybody out there needs to know that she is a good lady.
Yeah,
she really is.
She's really
nice. She is a really nice lady.
Yeah. There's no reason for her to get anything like that, just because she's out there having fun. And if anything, I think really truly, like the way that she approaches it, she makes that show great. Like she's really. You know, with all the other personalities. I mean, I'm new to the whole thing, but like with all the personalities that kind of come in there, she's one of the good ones that like is really, really fun. Yeah. I mean, everybody brings something awesome to the table, so I think that she just, you know, she's a mainstay of that show. So there should never be any hate for anybody on that show.
Because I will tell you right now, if she does, I will stand up in front. I will be one of the first ones.
Hey, I'm the only one that gets hate on that channel. We saw the comments with 4-way flashers. He's like, I don't even like you, but I'm gonna. I was like, damn, don't even know me, and he doesn't like me. I was like, Jesus Christ. I said, but it is COVID world. I said, it is COVID world. People don't know you, they don't like you. So you think he doesn't like the books I have, and he doesn't like the color of my skin. So which one it is, 4-way? Calling you out, 4-way.
And I'll admit, though, I was a bit upset when I lost to Tony Sanders with that rainbow cover. I felt like I showed the true rainbow, and he showed a bunch of crazy color lines that wasn't really the rainbow. So I was like, come on, man, you said rainbow, and you showing all these electric lines.
Yeah, I remember.
I thought you were gonna take that too.
I feel like what he did that was smart there, and it's kind of I kind of tried to do it last night. What was that? He smarted you a little bit, just because, you know, you went and you showed your book, and it's like, all right, well, and he's like, well, I'm just gonna throw this you know, this reprint of this one up, and I was just like, that's a good strategy though on that show, man. Sometimes you know, it's okay to sit there and let somebody waste a big book and then just be, all right, well, I mean, I see what you just pulled out, let me just go ahead and throw this, you know, this little piddly thing up there, and then come back with the fire after, because like, if that's one of your big ones, if that's one of the big ones that you were like, you know, planning on winning you the match, it's just like, oh man, so you just dropped this whole big thing. It's like just in wrestling, it's like, you know, oh, he went for the big move early, and it's just like, yeah, you know, you're not gonna get the pin this quick. The most you'll get is a 2 count and kick out and see what's going on.
This is right.
Yep.
But you know, the hunt though it's an awesome show. I've been watching it when they first started doing that, when it was JD, Tony, and Jeffrey. And to see that show grow, and, you know, just you see all these people coming with various personalities of wrestling personalities. I still laugh when I see Bub's comics and his Jungle Man personality.
Oh yeah.
So it's just a great fun show, you know. So
no, it was not.
I'm glad.
People should take it seriously. That's why it's funny when people say they don't like you. You're like, it's not that serious. It's a show we having fun showing basically our pickups for the last couple of weeks. You know, if you got that much hate in your heart about certain people, you don't need to be on YouTube. You know,
that's right.
It's all about fun. We joke around. We talk after the show that people don't even see. You know.
Just because I ain't getting no votes from nobody on that rainbow cover doesn't mean I'm gonna hate everybody. Y'all ain't vote for me. I remember that. I remember that. Like,
see, I'm also glad that the women are getting involved in this and they're getting thrown in the ring. And I think I'd watched a little bit of the video. She's going to have another female come in with a tag team.
Yeah,
so,
that'd be cool.
So that's going to be cool. I mean, we need to get more women involved in this. You know.
Because you know what I mean. I think for a lot of people, it's one of the things that, like, you feel kind of intimidated because even what's it called? Mike with Brother Love, he was like, I was saying before, like, he came up with the TV title idea just because he was like, I want to be on the show, but like I'm afraid of coming up with like showing what I have versus these big books all the time. So it's just like that to get.
And the funny thing is, they showed books that were pretty big.
I didn't say someone was killer.
Big books don't make a difference, man.
I want to find out. I'm sure they'll iron it out just to kind of figure out what's happening. Just because I'm like, okay, because if we're going off of the thing, I want to know is, like, are we going off of like stuff that we pulled out of a dollar bin legitimately, like when we were out, or are we just? Because if that's the case, I pulled a GI Joe #1 out of a dollar bin. I pulled a GI Joe 155 out of a dollar bin.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then I pulled out, just regular old dollar books out of dollar. So it's just like, you can pull out some cool covers out of dollar bins. You can pull out some, treasure out of dollar bin. But if it's whatever you pulled out that like just like looks cool or whatever, just but so long as it's like not a big deal, like because I would consider G.I. Joe 1 to be a pretty. That's more than a little bit of a key.
So you can show books on that dollar bin thing for anything you bought under $1?
Well, pretty much.
I honestly don't even know how 100% how it goes. Honestly,
because I was buying books at $0.25 back in the day. Does that count?
Flashing this up there and pull out Iron Man 55 and like, well, I got this off the shelf for $0.25 back in no, not like that. Like it had to be like something that is not a big key.
Well, I can't help it that the price went up, but I still paid $0.25 for it. Man, that's not being right. You might have paid $1 for yours. I found mine for $0.25 off the spinner rack.
Yeah. No, okay. It's a fun concept. I like it. I think it's a good one. So,
and the spinoff shows that it's created too. Mm-hmm. It's created like 2 or 3 spinoff shows.
Yeah, that's true.
90 did it that tournament style.
Slap down.
Yeah, the slap down.
You guys remember I did that cow book.
You go around YouTube, it's like there's so much.
I got the cover slingers.
There's
comic glories.
I've seen that before. I like that. That reminded me kind of like almost like Family Feud, but it reminded me something close to that.
I can never be on comic glories because 30 seconds is like heart attack inducing, man.
Yeah. We did that actually a long time ago, and Splash remembers this because the video probably doesn't exist anymore. But this is back when me, Houdat, and Splash was on. We used to go on We Love Comics channel like way back in the day. That's where we all met, and he had one show that was like that, and we would just kind of go into our boxes, and he would give us like. It was just this random stuff. So it's like, and I remember like Splash's big thing with that one is that he went to get something and he tripped over like some like potted tree in the house.
It was a coffee
flying. Like all of a sudden you just see Splash is blocking, and then all of a sudden he's in there. He goes.
He would tell you to pull a certain book, and you had
2x4
first person to
coffee
come back
table.
The first person to come back and show the book won that round. And I knew where that book was, and I went running over there. When I was coming back, there was a coffee table, and I hit my shin on that coffee table and went flying over it and everything, and that hurt. I was old then, and man, I couldn't get up, and I was on the ground holding my shin.
We Love Comics he did a video like the next day, and he used that clip.
He showed me flying in slow motion and disappearing off the camera.
That was awesome. No, like 5 minutes, like Splash, you all right? And that's before Splash was actually Splash. That was when he was still being called Tex, and he was like, "Tex, you okay?"
No, I was Splash.
Were you Splash then? I don't know. I don't know. See, but
Mr.
he was
White Glove, they always called him. That's what We Love Comics.
Yeah.
Damn, that coffee table got me, man. And
it hurt.
Everybody got nervous.
I said, this is a young man's sport and everything. I said, that's
yeah. He's like, I'm gonna just sit out and everything. And then like,
you don't want to have to go to the hospital because you tripped on the stuff trying to get a comic, man.
Well, somebody else ripped their door off the hinge trying to get out the door and everything. You remember that?
I remember.
They had these Western doors, the swinging doors.
It was Jeremy. You remember Jeremy back in the day? He used to call us on his job. So he used to work security, and he would call in. And Jeremy, he pulled he was at home and he was trying to look for something real quick, and it was 30 seconds. Pull as many of these covers as you can. And so he got excited and he like ran to a door and like ripped it off. And I was like, oh damn. He's like, I had to get out, guys. I just broke the door.
There wasn't no prizes to win either.
We had Flash on
man. He ripped the door off the hinges.
Yeah, it was like we had one guy rip the door off, and then Flash
you.
goes flying. So it's like, all right, we're not gonna do that show again because that was crazy. But I've seen a lot of different stuff. Like this, Just a Regan. He does that thing where you have to draw stuff, and I'm like, wow, dude, that's a tough one because it's like some people, especially too, when he's like, all right, you got 25 seconds to draw this, and it's just like, and you see how talented some people really are, and just like, I don't draw at all, and they pull up this stuff, and it's like, you had 25 seconds, and you drew something that looked close to like Captain America. That was cool. And then other people sitting there just going nuts and like, yep, this is the best I can do, and they just write down Captain America on the paper, and like, yep, that's the best I can do in this amount of time.
I drew a red stick character with a blue head and called it Spider-Man.
Yeah. But those are fun. Those are fun shows. Like and really like that's why it's cool to kind of branch out and see what's out there on YouTube, just because outside of just showing books or speculating and this and that, and that's all cool. Like I'm glad for that, just because it's good to get all that different news and stuff, and just to see people's collections. It's fun to see like what other stuff is out there. So people are out there, just showing stuff for fun time. People, I remember. I don't even know if they still do it.
And Chris brought back a memory. I won't say names or anything, but we was in Hangouts years ago, and this guy kept on coming on, and he said he worked at a comic shop, and the comic shop be closed, and he'd go in there and he'd start showing books and try to sell books and everything. Then we'd get another one, he'd pop in the chat, and he'd be on his phone outside laying on a car in the parking lot and talking to us. Then he'd go in the shop, and we kind of figured out, we thought he worked in the shop and had a key, but I don't think he was supposed to be in there. He was trying to sell these other guys' books and everything.
Yeah, I remember that.
Comic shop.
Wow. I remember that. He would always just be sitting there chilling. He'd be like
I come close to buying some.
Well, he would show stuff, and then he would be cool, like, yeah, man, let me know, and then I'll bring it to the boss, and we'll figure it. So that was his deal. Like he basically was trying to make sales in the off hours so that he could bring it to his boss, because maybe he got an incentive or something. I don't know.
I don't know if it was 100% up and up though.
Oh, probably not. But that is what he told us, at least, that he would sit there and let us know, put it to the side, talk to the boss in the morning, and then but he was there. I mean, it was like 2, 3 in the morning some nights, and he's just sitting there chilling, like, hey guys, how's it going? And he had a weird schedule as far as like he would be up. I mean, it's like, all right, this is like Saturday night at 3 in the morning, where some people just doing their thing, chilling, and he's just like, yeah, man, I'm just kind of I just woke up like 2 hours ago. I'm like, what were you doing? I just had a rough day, the night before and this and that. I'm like, okay. So he was like this crazy night owl. So I remember that though. To be honest, I don't think I remember his name, but I do know that he would always be trying to do that and trying to get us to, check out these books and like, yeah, I got to go through it and separate these ones out and put stuff out. And he would show us the stuff that was like he was actually kind of cool on that land, because he would tell us what stuff was coming early. So it was like we knew the week before like what variants like to look in the stores for, just because he would say like my shop has these ones coming in, and then on Tuesday nights he would show us. He'd be like, yeah, like see, all this stuff came in, like check out for this one because this is limited, and this one's going on the shelf for extra money because we only have like 10 of them, like, so make sure you check your shops for these ones. And it's just like, so there was some good stuff that we scored on just from his knowledge and stuff. But
well, he kind of disappeared.
Good luck, man.
See you later.
Yeah, well, if he wasn't on the up and up, we know why. He's probably not walking free anymore.
He said, well, let me go in the back. Let's dig some of this stuff in the back. And he'd go digging through the back and everything. Well, I'm going to put these to the side. And I had a whole stack I was going to buy. Then it kind of disappeared. And I said, I'm glad I didn't send him no money. He got no books. So I don't know. But yeah, he was in there like midnight, 2 o'clock. I mean, store all closed down. There he is in the back. I'm like, I don't know about this.
Fun. You know what's fun too is going on Instagram and checking out some of Puff's stuff. Puff will take you back to like he'll sit there and so he'll show books and stuff, but then he'll also come back and be like, yo, he's like, I just got a shout out for this hip hop group here, this R&B thing, and it's just like I go back to his stuff and I see all the stuff that I grew up with, man. I'm just like, I didn't grow up in New York. I mean, I'm from Boston and everything. I didn't grow up in New York, but I'm just like, dude, I remember listening to this. I remember getting this when I first because like I was born early '80s, so like all the '90s and like all the stuff that you show is like all stuff that like I remember with my first jobs and stuff, getting all those CDs and everything, being like, oh man, man. So like if you're a hip hop fan or R&B fan from like that era, you got to check out his Instagram because he will take you back and just randomly too. And he'll just sit there and put like 8 or 9 videos up in a row. It's just like I feel like I'm watching old school MTV or whatever, or Rap City from back in the day, just watching this channel.
my Instagram, like people, they think I'm famous for my Instagram because I met John Neville at Tampa Bay Comic-Con.
Oh
I know you. You're Staples. I know your Instagram account. And at first, I didn't know who he was until he said his name. Like, oh yeah. Because a lot of people just think, oh, I'm the king of Instagram. Mr. Guy called me king of Instagram because all the hip hop, the music, and the movies and stuff I post. My Instagram page is like a variety page.
Yep.
I don't just focus on comics. I post a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Like mine started out just being my own thing. Like, I just put it up there just because like, friends like, oh, like there was, was it? They used to do like this arcade night at these breweries. And so they're just like, oh, check that, you can get information on like when we're going to do our next one, just make an Instagram. I didn't have one. So that's why I started it. So it's just normal, from that. And then I just got into, putting comics up and everything. And then it's just like, from it, so it's pretty much all comics for me. But, I like to branch out.
This show is pretty much like a replica of my IG page because it's a variety show. Comics brings us together. We talk about comics and stuff, but we talk about anything on the show. I had a whole show talking about Saturday morning cartoons because that's where we grew up, and it was a fun show. We got to relive the past. We talked about death metal music on the show, and I'm not even a huge death metal fan, but it was interesting hearing those guys talk about it. So
get Gray Man on here. He's into that death metal. He had an interview with a guy over there. I can't remember the rock band that he played in. Boy, I tell you what, this guy was out there, man. He was out there. He was older than me, but yeah, he took me trips down on memory LSD lane. He was.
Another show we did, which YouTube kind of struck down. We did like favorite fight scenes in movies.
Oh yeah.
So we did a live show. We put the shit on mute and we just give live commentary over the fight. And then after the third fight, YouTube struck the video down. I'm like, fuck.
See, that's crazy. Because those are fun to recount. And but you can't recount them right without showing it. Like, you know what I mean? You can't sit there and be like, oh, so the fight between the first fight in the first Matrix with Neo and Agent Smith at the end. Like, you don't do it justice just talking. Like, you got to show that. Like, because that was that was epic. Or if you be like, oh, I go back into anime. It's like, oh, the first fight between Goku and Vegeta. It's like, I can't narrate that. Like, I mean, I can see it visually in my head, but no, that has to be on there.
That's like when I was on the Comic Call and we all did like a live viewing of the DJ Premier versus RZA.
Oh yeah.
And then YouTube just canceled the video. I'm like, what the fuck? So we had to redo it again by just watching the video without showing it.
Well, see, that's what they did to the Tony Sanders when me and Chris were on there. We went in there.
Yeah.
That got struck down. It's no longer in there.
Yeah.
Yep. My debut wasn't on then, but it's all right though. It's just because that I think is a little different. Just because WWE has been vocal about even with their own talent, telling them like you can only do certain things. So I think they're just trying to get control of all that stuff.
Well, WWE is watching Tony Sanders. I mean, they got somebody in WWE that is watching his show, which is good. I mean, not for what they did, but he's gotten big enough to where somebody in WWE's got their attention. They're in
Vince himself was just sitting there like, Tony Sanders, I'll get you.
I don't know why, because they like, yo, this is pretty entertaining what these guys are doing with comic books
I'm
and
sure
wrestling.
it is. I'm sure they have to. Whoever's watching it has to be laughing at something, just because the intros and everything else is hilarious.
Well, he ain't making. It's not like he's making money doing it. I mean, really. I mean, it's ridiculous, but that's the way the world works. So you just gotta go with the flow.
That's the fun stuff, though.
Yeah, fun times, man. I just enjoy the community for what it is, and everybody has a huge variety of shows that you can watch.
Oh yeah,
there's so many. It's I've got to make a revolution to go around, and I can't watch everybody's every week because I go all the way around, then I start over.
And the funny thing is, the community compared to when I first joined it and started watching videos, like when Ghost Critic and Sleepy Reader, Our Fellow Thoughts, and those guys were doing this stuff, vastly different compared to then.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think people have kind of learned and just decided to go their own way with it, just because, I mean, the whole reason I found this, really, honestly and truly, was that I was just trying to find a video on like how to get better at grading books, and then I just came across a couple of channels and they were just showing books, and I was like, okay, well, I can do that, and then so from there it was like I saw We Love Comics, and and he was like one of them people that's like, no, like, come and be on my show, and I'm like, no, I'll just watch it. I ain't trying to get on this. And then a couple months later, here I am with a channel, and then I'm on there and I'm talking and I'm showing things and entering. My first video was entering Manny NYC's I think it was 400 subscriber giveaway, and so I was like, yeah, this is my first video ever, and this is and it's just like from there it just snowballed, and it's just
funny. Like, I didn't do videos when I started watching the comic community, but I remember We Love Comics. That led to me watching Comic Book Fanatics. That's when I discovered the New York Warriors and TiVo, and that's when it started growing.
Well, I'll tell you straight out, and I've always said that, and no matter what you think about We Love Comics, that is like a funnel that gets all these people come in there and start watching this channel. And they funnel out, then they come out and they start making their own videos and they spread out. That's the way it's always been, because a lot of the old guys that you see back 5-6 years ago, they started on WLC. And they all funneled in there, then they all spread out and started doing their channels. And I mean,
and then
we all started out and met on there, and then it was like
a lot of the old school people have.
Before that, I think Comic Book Fanatics, had their thing before that. So they had a different, and it was one of those things where like they had like a different group of people that were kind of seeing them and knowing them. And then it was like, just going through it all, it was like, all right, so that's why I started branching out, because people started talking about Fanatics, and I was like, I never heard of these guys, and I watched their shows, and it was like just a whole different group of guys, and it was just like, oh man, like, and they're showing all this different. That's how I got to know like who TiVo was and stuff, because it was like, oh, he would be on their show and stuff, and he had all these amazing books. I'm like, man, I want to check out his channel some more, like hit Lloyd Lombard. That sounds cool. So I started watching his shows and stuff, and then he would have Marty from Comic Book Fanatics and Maki 316 and all these other guys come on there, and then it was like, all right, so now I'm seeing these guys, and it's just like from there you kind of like branch out some more, and then like for me, as far as the New York Warriors were concerned, like I saw them on the WLC, because they used to be on his channel, so it was him and Manny used to be on there a lot, and then and then they made their own group, and it was like, oh, like this is fun to watch all these different dudes on there. So it's crazy to see how much is branched out, and it's just like I mean, you can trace it all back to basically those two sources, but it's all branched out, and everything's like, and now it's like so like there's so many different channels that do so many different things, but it's all fun just because I think a lot of people kind of got into knowing each other and everything. So it's just like if you do randomly bump into somebody at a con, it's kind of cool, like, oh dude, hey, because I've never met the New York Warriors, but I feel like I semi know them a little bit just because I've shared many off airs and stuff like that with them, and they're all cool guys. So it's just like I would love to go down to either like New York Comic Con or some of the Miller shows that they do, and then check and just kind of meet up and say, hey, it's good to finally meet you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that'd be fun.
Yep.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, there's so many channels out there, and what I've noticed every January through February of a new year, you see a new batch of people come in. in YouTube. It's always January and February. They always start after the first of the year, and you see that new batch every year. I see a new batch and new channels start coming in, and then start making videos and stuff. And like you're like, who is this? I never heard of these people before.
Yeah, and you're like, that's a new channel. Where'd that come from?
Yeah. I mean, case in point is Newbie. Newbie came out of nowhere, and he's grown a lot. He's got a great channel. I mean, he's got so much stuff, and I mean, he's just kind of a jack of all trades. Like, he'll tell you about speculation. He'll show you his books. I mean, he's all over the place. So it's just like there's a lot of channels that just kind of popped up, and you know, it's really fun to see them. And then there's other people that will do like you know. Like some people will not only just show you, you know, their books, but they also do art and stuff like Tat Comics, and Tat's been around for a long time. But if you go on, like Tat draws on his long boxes and stuff, and like so he's got all these theme long boxes that are, and he's an awesome artist, amazing artist, and you know, like there's so many different people that do so many cool things. So it's just like, you know, you really can find, you know, just about anything. You know, people who will sit there and just, you know, draw in those blanks. You know, this is Roscoe was saying, it's like, oh, like I've never met Roscoe before, but now he's, you know, I met him last night on the show. He's like, yeah, I do blanks for commissions. Check this out. And I'm like, that's sick. Like I would love to watch him just sit there and, you know, do a stream, you know, drawing on something, because it's just fun to see all that stuff.
Still watching, man. Thanks for sticking around. I gotta get some of the NY Warriors on the show, man.
Yeah.
I know they do their Saturday comic show, but
if you do a show about rock music and you get Splash and Maki here, like I remember in the office, they talked for about 2.5 hours just about different albums they had.
I'm a big rock and roller. I'm a big rock. I got all the concert tickets all over the United States when I was in the service. Went to see a lot of the big bands back then.
Hey, Gabby. She was just on the stream with Sanimation 05.
Yeah. I was on there for a while too. Yeah, or I wasn't on the show. I was in the chat.
Yeah, awesome stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But man, you know, I'm kind of excited that all these guys just came on the show, man, because it was just me.
I didn't know it was going to be a show. I didn't know it was live.
It's great. It was great that you popped in there. First time ever on the show. Same with Boston Chris and Kyle Walker. It was awesome, man. I'm kind of glad that sent the links out, man.
Yeah, no, this is a blast. Like anytime you're doing one, if I'm around, I don't mind hopping on. This is fun.
I don't either.
Yeah, it's just a laid back show. We just talk anything.
And that's the way we used to do it back in the day. We had 8, 9 people, 10 people on, and we'd carry on. We'd do the marathon 8-hour shows until they shut us down, and we'd start them back.
Yep.
A lot of long nights, man.
Yeah. Well,
yep.
Wycliffe, you know it's on my channel today, right?
Yes, I do. I've been advised, so you better take control because I can't. I will see when my show comes up at 10 o'clock tonight.
Right.
See, it may be entertaining people because I'm not sure how to work all these buttons, and I got a lot of.
We'll see if Splash just caught in that countdown loop again, because that was funny. He got caught in that countdown loop on Thursday.
Kept counting down and then starting over and whistling, and that was something. Oh, there's Russell. He's back.
Yeah, got on my phone. I said I might as well go to the comic shop.
See, I knew it.
Yeah.
There he is. Anytime you see the roof, that means who that's either just coming from or just going into a comic shop.
I'm like 30 minutes away, so
yeah. Because I'm gonna get ready to wrap up. So, but after 3.5 hours, I know I'm gonna be on another show, Comic Call and Roundtable Discussion. That's my group channel.
Yeah,
and the link is in my description. So come by. We usually start around 8:30 to 9 o'clock. And I know Matt Oldham is going to rant about Coming to America, so that's going to be.
I heard y'all talking about that. Yeah.
You know what? I'll say this much: like I'm apprehensive to watch it. Like I want to because I love the first one, but I'm like that PG-13 kills me because I'm just like.
It had funny parts. It had funny parts. It's not as funny as the first one. It had a good story. It did have a good meaning. But if you look at to be like outdo the first one, it's not going to do that. But it's not bad. It's not bad.
And me and Vigilante talked about it yesterday. We did a live stream talking about that movie, and I thought the movie was entertaining. It was good, but I still asked the question like, did it really need to happen?
Yeah,
and I say no, like because there's a lot of things in the movie that repeats the same as the first, only reverse. It should have been called Coming to Zamunda because that's where the majority of the movie took place.
Well, let me ask you this: was Arsenio Hall
I
in
haven't
there?
seen it again, but just like I had the same thoughts. It's like I mean,
liked
like just like when they're like, oh, they're thinking of making a Goonies sequel. It's like, for what? They're all parents. Like, what they're gonna have to go after their kids who get stuck trying to get another try. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, if you want to make Goonies 2, like, it should have been done in 1991, not 2021.
And they even referenced the fact that doing sequels to movies from 30 years ago. They referenced it in the movie.
Yep. That's
all I gotta say, Boss and Chris, is watch it because certain scenes are gonna make you die laughing. One of my favorites was Michael Blackston. His little 2-minute scene, I damn near pissed myself laughing so hard because I knew he was in it, but I wasn't expecting that. That right there.
Yeah.
But his part, and then all of Wesley Snipes' stuff.
Oh yeah, I was about to say Wesley Snipes.
Everything Wesley Snipes had me die laughing because.
You know what? I was kind of thinking that too. I figured he would have a good one just because. I mean, the Dolomite movie, he was fucking hilarious. Yeah. And then
he was awesome.
You go back and watch that, and that's why I say that PG-13 kills me because I'm like, with the R rating, Eddie Murphy he can kill it. I mean, he can kill it no matter what. He can kill it just telling you a story about going to the store in the morning. But you know what I mean? He just, with the R rating though, like the stuff he can do with that, because he can go no holds barred.
I will say this: it was fucking impossible for those damn barbers and the Reverend to still be alive.
Oh yeah. They should be a lot older.
I mean, I know we wanted to see those characters because we loved them in the original, but logically speaking, those motherfuckers should be in the grave.
He was like, they were like, I saw the interview. He was like, well, they were early 60s when they made the movie. I'm like, they would be dead.
Arsenio still got the same plate from 1988.
Were they still arguing over Cassius Clay?
Oh, they were arguing over Pacquiao and Mayweather.
Yeah. Because that's what happens. You get, you know what I mean? Like that reminds. What kills me about that is that reminds me of my dad. Because my father, he was one of them, types that just. I mean, him and his friends back in the days, same thing. They'd come by or whatever, and they'd be sitting there. Hadley gonna be beefing with Hearns this week. You see, man, Hadley, Hadley ain't got nothing for Hearns, and they just go back and forth for like 2 hours about like who's gonna take out who and this and that, and like I remember, just based on that from back in the day, like Sugar Ray Leonard was a swear in my house just because my father was friendly with
The Saturday stream is never over until a child makes its appearance.
Yep. This is Allie for everybody.
Hi, Allie.
Mama's calling you. She found something for you.
Oh, look, I found it.
There you go. But she found her sock or something. I don't know. But yeah, man, it's just like that's how those guys are. But I agree with you. I agree with you. Those guys.
If you watch the movie, Chris, watch the end credit scenes too. Watch the
end credit scenes. Like watch it all the way through.
Well, the only way I watch it is when it's
Midnight Train to Georgia.
Oh man.
So when it comes,
I will say that was the greatest funeral of all time. I will leave it at that. We are going to end the show here. Thank you everybody for showing up in the chat. Thank you everybody who came on the show, and we just had a rousing day, 3.5 hours of just pure fun. I will be off next week, so there will be no show next week. The following week, we will have Magic Lasso on the show as a guest, along with Bronze Age Byron. So it's going to be a great closeout of the month.
Bronze Age? Oh yeah, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's going to be a great closeout to the month with having those two on. And also, I will be on the Comic Call and Roundtable discussion tonight, 8:30. Link is in the description, so make sure you subscribe. Later, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Peace out, y'all.